Hello, gamers. How are you? Me? I'm doing pretty alright. We're back! Sorry, it's been, I think 2 weeks? Something like that. I just didn't feel good last time, and, you know, with this one having to do so much reading on this one, it can take this game can actually take a toll on my, throat. With all the talking, and the talking, and the talking, and the talking, and the talk. Anyway, good to hear you're doing good, Stern Cole. Hello, Gung Ho. Hello, Oro. Glad to see you all. Hello, Shadow. Glad to see you all. Glad to see you all. Are we ready to date some disabled girls today? I should be able to get to the end of Act 2, hopefully pretty soon, and at which point we'll probably be dating her. And then we'll get to Act 3. You may have noticed, I originally titled this stream Act 3, and then I realized, oh, wait a second. That's not right. We haven't gotten to Act 3 yet, so Act 2 today, definitely. We'll see how far we get into Act 3. I'm not gonna waste any more time. Let's get going. I also chose to sacrifice my sleep schedule to Rabbit and Steel. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. What was that? What was what? What you talking about? When stars embrace. What do you mean that? What do you mean that? What are you talking about? I actually don't know what you're talking about. Well,
did you know honey is poison for babies?
No? I guess I do now. Honey is poison for... It is? Really? I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard that before in my life. So stay away from... You call me a baby? Angie, why aren't you speaking? Oh, it's probably because it's still on cooldown, that's why. Answered my own question. Oh well. Okie dokie. I've wasted enough time, let's start. Even though it is a holiday, I wake up at the same time as usual, on a day when everyone else is likely sleeping in for another 6 hours. I take my morning regimen of pills for the first time in a few days. Admittedly, I'd let my medication slip my mind. Uh-oh. Looking at the rows of bottles in front of me, I don't know how I managed to. You fucking idiot. 17 different medications. I feel full enough to skip breakfast after taking all of them. Oh, God. I'm already up, so I might as well take a walk. The weather looks nice outside, giving off an idyllic atmosphere I'd often dreamed of. It's always been kind of a romantic notion to me to be able to meander around in the countryside, taking in the fresh air. Now that an opportunity to do just that is here, I can't resist. Even though I know it must seem silly. I stop at the main building in order to buy a drink, and then decide to enter it and maybe hang around on the roof a little bit. The view might be pretty cool at this time, and I'm sure that nobody else will be up there either. And I've never been up there by myself. You are not allowed to reload a save after making any choice today. You know something I don't. The school is quiet today. Deserted. My footsteps echoing in the staircase to the roof are unnervingly loud. Hello, Shiroway. Also, hi, Stern. Oh wait, no, I already said hi to you. I take it back. I unhi you. It shouldn't bother me due to how much time I've spent in sign language class in near total silence or working so much with Shizune lately, but it still does. It makes the smallest noises that I wouldn't have even noticed before seem boomingly loud. It feels like I'm sneaking around someplace I shouldn't be. I wonder why I'm getting that vibe. Maybe the school is haunted or something. When I open the door to the roof, I see I'm not alone. Misha leans against the fence, looking over the school grounds, not having noticed me at all. Instantly, I know what I have to do. I have to put my hands over her eyes and say, "Guess who?" It's the only option. Halfway, I start thinking of how bad this would look if Shizune suddenly popped in, having left just for a second to get some sandwiches and saw me sneaking up on Misha like this. I pray silently that such a coincidental misunderstanding doesn't happen, but it would be so funny. Guess who? Hee-chan, she says without hesitation. Without hesitating for even a second. Without deviating even slightly from her normal tone. My fun was over before it even started. Hi, Hee-chan. Good morning. She reflexively tries to move her hands to form a greeting and entangles them in the fencing. Good morning. I didn't expect to find you here. What are you doing up so early? I could ask you the same thing, Hee-chan. What are you doing up so early? I didn't expect to find you here. I asked you first. You're right. You sound just like Shi-chan. No, I don't. I say in the least convincing manner possible. Luckily, Misha doesn't notice what a bad actor I am. Are you looking forward to tonight? Of course, Hee-chan. I don't like celebrations, or maybe not as much as Shi-chan does, but Tanabata stands always have interesting things to buy and all kinds of seasonal foods. And I get to wear a yukata. Her choice of words is a little strange. It sounds like she's saying that she doesn't like celebrations, but likes doing everything involved with them. I don't know if it's worth pursuing, though, and it could just be that I misunderstood. What about you, Hee-chan? I am. Or else I'd just stay home, wouldn't I? That's the logical step. Haha, Hee-chan, you're not that logical, you idiot. So, that's really surprising, Okay. I was just making sure, because you didn't look like you were having a lot of fun last time. Me and Shi-chan were little worried because of that. Stop looking at me with them barrel eyes, Misha. I wonder what a Misha with like normal-sized eyes would look like. I'm imagining it in my head, and I don't like it. Really, Hee-chan? What part of it? Tell me. Well, there were fireworks at the end. They were really nice. I think you slept through them. Aw, I always fall asleep early. But I won't sleep through them this year. I'll definitely stay awake. She's gonna fall asleep. I've hired this Misha to stare at you, yes. That's what we came to hear. See. I have hired this Misha to stare at you. That is all. I don't think they have fireworks during Tanabata. It's a different mood entirely. Maybe you can get Shizune to petition them to have them, though, and to move the fireworks at an earlier time. I like how over time, I've just made her go from like her normal laugh to just like a devious Maybe I will. That's a great idea, Hee-chan. No, it's not. Don't do that. I wasn't being serious. Although, maybe it would annoy Shizune. You make it sound like you would like that, Hee-chan. Hee-chan, do you like Shi-chan? I can't say yes or no, even though you can. And sitting down like I am, I can't even smoothly leave. Don't be silly, the one I like is you. Hisao, you scandal. Really, Hichan? No, you're kidding, right? You must like Shichan more. Misha, you jump to conclusions too much. What are you... Hisao, what's with these mixed signals you're giving this girl? What is wrong with you? But you almost called her Shichan, so I'm right, right? It's because you call her Shichan all the time. It got stuck in my head. Osmosing language? Okay. Osmosing language is common, you know. Besides, it's one little slip-up. And by your logic, you should like her more than me. And are you making fun of me or something? Maybe. I'm hungry. Did you eat breakfast, Hichan? No, just medicine. Misha twirls her fingers lazily in the air to keep her hands busy as she thinks. We should eat something then. Do you think they'll be serving breakfast today? Well, that's really the kind of thing a member of the student council should know. I can't say that, though. I'm on the student council and I don't know. It didn't seem like anyone was working in the kitchen when I entered the building, but I don't know for sure. Hey, Hichan, have you ever heard about those vending machines that you can get food from? Like burgers, soup, and even pizza? Wouldn't it be great if we had some of those at our school? I don't know. I always thought those machines were kind of weird. Imagine how cool it would be if we had machines like that at our school, Hichan. It would almost be like magic, wouldn't it? No, no, Misha. It would just be like a vending machine that gives you food. Hot food coming out of a vending machine. That's so amazing. I can never imagine that. Seeing one of those machines would be like a dream. Although I do gotta give her some credit, though. Because vending machines that serve hot food, when this game, in the setting of this game, the time that this game takes place in, that was pretty rare. So I guess I can give her that. We don't have machines like that in this whole town, though. It's too early to even go into town. I won't be able to eat breakfast, Hichan. That's the most important meal of the day. Everyone says so. I want to eat. You're really silly. If it bothers you so much, I'll buy you a soda. Misha puffs out her cheeks and puts on her serious face. Hichan, a soda is not a breakfast. It's like water, but with like way more sugar. Well, I mean, more is not the right word, but with a shit ton of added sugar. It's not like water, it's a liquid. Water isn't food, liquid can be food. Yeah, I'll buy that. Now who sounds like Shizune, Misha? I want to say it. Even her tone reminds me of Shizune's unblinking matter-of-fact way of stating the ridiculous. If I did say that, though, I would be the one who sounds like Shizune again. It's terrible. Her competitiveness is really rubbing off on me. Let's look for something to eat, then. Okay. Predictably, our search for food in an empty school building this early in the morning leads only to failure. Misha decides to go off on her own after we both decide to give up for now, vowing to eat breakfast even though by now it's closer to time for brunch. I go back to my dorm. The following hours tick by slowly, and I pass the time by catching up on my reading. Some of these books I haven't touched since I was in the hospital. Thinking back on it, it wasn't that long ago, even though it definitely feels like it was. A free day, and I can't think of anything to do. I take a short nap, and as I change for the second time today, I realize that I never actually confirmed with Shizune or Misha when and where we would meet up. I guess that eventually they would come looking for me, but I would look pretty stupid if it came to that. It's already evening, so I should at least make an effort to find them first. Even though the grounds aren't exactly flooded with people, and it should be impossible to miss Misha's pink hair, even if they were, I have a lot of difficulty finding them. Finally, I run into them at the front gate, which was the first place I had looked. Aww, how cute. Hello. She attempts to punctuate her normal greeting with a grand little sweep at the end. Yo, she added a third one! Let's go, Misha. Hichan, how are you? It's strange seeing them in Yukata. though I've been seeing Yukata in general all night. Shizune is simple and tasteful, which seems obvious for her in retrospect. For all her grand flourishes and over-the-top behavior, I think she would rather die than dress the part. What draws my eyes is the hairpin she's wearing, a pearl flower that gleams softly in the moonlight. It looks pretty on her, but in a way it also feels out of place, as if it's too elaborate for a high school girl, or maybe just for someone as secretly childish as Shizune. Misha's yukata is about what I expected, so it actually fits a little too well. Paired with her bubblegum pink hair, she looks cute, but anachronistic. You two look nice. Thanks, Hichan. Hichan, you're a little late. We were waiting here a while for you. Did you forget the time or the place? Oh well, let's get going, Hichan. Misha dropping this line of discussion saves me what could potentially be a pretty embarrassing thing to own up to. Specifically, that I had been looking for them for at least an hour. Seeing Shizune and Misha looking so cheerful, it's hard not to want to fall into the atmosphere and enjoy a nice night out. What bothers me is that I'm having some trouble reading Shizune's signing tonight. I haven't been to sign language classes in almost a week, so I'm not surprised. Guess having lost focus for a while, I'm slipping. That certainly wouldn't be the first time. Hold on, where are we going? Into town? Yes. That doesn't make any sense. We haven't even checked out what's going on in the grounds. Unless you two decided to have fun while I wasn't looking. We're going to come back. We'll be working our way up. Haha. Either way, Hichan, we have to walk into town and then back up if we want to see everything. So this way, after we're done, we'll be right by our dorms when we're tired. And it works out perfectly. That is admittedly logical. Shizune doesn't give me much time to argue anyway, grabbing me by the arm and lightly trying to pull me along. Ooh, cute CG. What is with your face? The streets illuminated only by the light of the moon and low lanterns tinted with tissue paper put me at ease. Now that we're in town, Shizune moves a bit more slowly in order to see the sights. So I decide to walk more briskly in order to mess with her, but she quickly readjusts to her own speed to match, letting out a soundless laugh before quickly signing to Misha with her offhand. What do you want to do first, Hichan? How about some games, if there are ready? Oh god, we're gonna get competitive right off the bat, Hisao? Alright. I thought you didn't like games, Hichan. I don't mind. For the second time today, I feel her slim fingers wrapping around mine. It feels like all this time I've been pulled along by Shizune's will. Occasionally, it's quite tiring, but I think that for the most part, I wouldn't say I hate it. It's just the quality of some people to drag others into their lives like a storm. That word fits Shizune sometimes, I think. Although, I didn't want to tell her Misha earlier today. I do like her. Hichan, you're gonna win a doll from me too this time, right? You're still thinking about that? Okay, I will. The time passes by faster than I thought it could as we run around, trying to do as many frivolous things as possible. Snow cones, Hichan, do you want one? Misha runs towards the stand, not even waiting to hear my answer. They look delicious. I want one too. We'll play rock, paper, scissors to see who can pay for them all. Or we could pay for our own. Damn, Hisao, not very gentlemanly of you. Hichan, what flavor do you want? The blue one. Blue is not a flavor. Okay. I mean, I guess. I guess that's not wrong. I knew that. Ordering something based on color is childish. You're childish. What are you getting? You getting strawberry? Ah, that's a childish flavor. Only children eat strawberry. Hey, don't say that. Emmy's gonna beat your ass. You should get plain, the most mature flavor of all. I want to know where her personality comes from. I wonder if I would think that way if she hadn't been the first student I ended up having a conversation with on my first day here. It's entirely possible that I've missed the parts of her that kept drawing me in. But I didn't know that she couldn't hear me, and that she was so competitive and so focused with getting me to join the student council, and so alternatingly playful and sharp. Without these constant new facets to keep my interest in her, would I have grown to like her so much? It's likely that I'm overthinking it. Aren't you gonna make a wish? Chi-chan never makes wishes, Chi-chan. Oh, really? Not even on New Year's? Why's that? Shizune taps her fingers and smiles, but won't answer. It's a secret. I know. Chi-chan, do you want me to tell you? Yes. Do it. Shizune alternates between as many forceful iterations of no as she can think of. I'll tell you later, okay? Actually, I feel tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed earlier. Misha, no! We just got started! Really? It doesn't feel like it's been that long. Time flies when you're having fun. But it has, Chi-chan. Maybe I can visit Yuko first, then go back. Or, I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. Have fun without me, okay? We're gonna go back to the school soon anyway, Misha. Misha doesn't want to hear it and leaves anyway. Shizune starts to wonder why just as soon as I do, but while I keep it in my head, she signs it, seeming to want to discuss the possible reasons. After we're both done seeing all there is to see, I check the time and find that it is pretty late. My energy is starting to wear off, and it's a miracle that I managed to have even this much too. Even Shizune is starting to look a bit tired. We make our way back to the grounds. Shizune seems disappointed when she sees the school building lit up and teeming with students. Something wrong? I wanted to go up to the roof, but now there are too many people. I'm tired, so it might be for the best. Aww. Yeah, there are probably couples on the roof since it's that kind of holiday. Yeah, she wanted to go with you, Hisao. She wanted to be your couple. Got your best girl pick yet? That's a good question, isn't it? Right now, I still like Emi's route the best. I do like Shizune, though. I am enjoying Shizune's route so far. Do I like her as much? Is it as good? I don't know about that one yet, but I like Shizune. And then again, I wouldn't know. Is that how it really is? I had never really been to any festivals before coming here. Emi did have the great mom. That is true. My top two are Rin and Hanako. Good choices. Although I haven't done Rin's route yet, but and Rin doesn't show up a lot in the other routes, so Rin is still an enigma to me. But we're gonna get to her route next, so I'm excited for that. Hanako is very good too. I'm disappointed. I thought you said you wanted to see what the school was doing last, like saving the best for last. Now you're telling me you don't want to? Not even a little? I thought you would have more energy. I don't feel tired. This seems to spark her competitive spirit. And Shizune immediately perks up. Although, it's then that I realize I didn't have anywhere in mind to take her, and I don't feel like going to the main building myself. Fortunately, the area behind the school is both deserted and impressive looking today. I'd never appreciated how sprawling and well kept it was until seeing it at night. It almost seems to go on forever in the moonlight. It's very pretty, even though it's just a field. I thought earlier that she was too immature to pull off the old-fashioned clothes she's wearing tonight, but right now she is quite beautiful in them. It makes me think back to that day, the other festival that I went to with her. She had looked the same way then. I want to tell her that I like her, decisively, in one go, but even thinking about it is just so awkward. And the more I like her, the more awkward and afraid I am of telling her how I feel, even now, when I could do so if I wanted without having to go through another person. Not to mention, what if what happened last time happens again? If it does, I might not get off so easily with a months-long hospital stay. Oof, I don't even want to think about it. I try to shove the thoughts out of my mind any way possible, I try to dismiss them as unlikely fears. Still, the first time I had seen all of my pills, I'd imagined them cascading before me, enough of them to choke me. I still think about it from time to time. I can't say that it's not a legitimate concern. Times like these are nice enough that I can forget, though. Aww. It's Shizune's voice. My favorite thing about this school is that it's on top of a mountain. Is it because it's that much closer to the sky? Yes. I like it too, but more because it's the fresh air. You're so competitive. Too competitive. If a whale bit you, you would bite it back. Shizune's voice, lol. That was a slip, wasn't it? You got a point there. Classic. That makes her laugh. And she winks. That's how you know she wants it, boy. Would that be so bad? Her smile is contagious. Yes. It's true, I'm terrible. A little. But if I can make people happy, I'm not entirely terrible, am I? And it's okay. I have many examples in my defense. Shizune, I think you're thinking of this the wrong way. Maybe even this moment is a kind of game to her. That's right. This is a romantic moment. I don't know if such a chance might come again, and I feel compelled to say something awkward and stupid. If I think about it too much, I doubt my hands will listen to me. Okay, he just does it. Alright, respect Hisao. Do you want to be my girlfriend? Oh no. Oh no. I hope that I signed it properly. I feel nervous, as if I want to break into a run, yet I'm rooted to this spot. I couldn't hear a thing just minutes ago. Now I'm picking up every little ambient noise. I really am nervous, and I wonder if it shows. Before, hours passed like seconds. Now, the seconds pass like eons. Then I see Shizune's hands moving unsteadily before her, fumbling over each other, stopping halfway through each gesture. It's like she said, sign language gives you an opportunity to think your words through, and she is trying very hard to do that right now. A situation that she doesn't know how to respond to. It must be unthinkable. As stoic as Shizune tries to be, she can't hide her reddening cheeks. And she's very cute and feminine like this, and it puts me at ease to know that she is as nervous as I am. The thought is yet another way in which I found myself competing with her. Okay. That's a simple reply, but as soon as I think that, Shizune takes a step forward and embraces me. Oh, I wanted a CG hug. An unsure and careful embrace, as if I were made of eggshell, and as if she doesn't know how to hug someone. Although, to be honest, it's not a subject I'm familiar with either. Her yukata is cool and silky under my fingers, but I can also feel Shizune's warmth. In the end, she thought this is the best possible gesture to show how she felt. CG? Hug? Oh. Darn. Well, there's Act 2. Aww, that's cute. Sleight of hand, Act 3. Well, bear with me a moment. I'm gonna update the stream. Yeah, I'm gonna call it just Act 3. We're gonna call it Act 3. It's close enough, right? The following days pass uneventfully and with surprising quickness. I find renewed motivation to learn sign language. It seems that I have a knack for learning signs, which would be a waste not to do it. And falling behind would be even more unacceptable. Summer break is coming up, even though I figured that student council work would see a drop-off proportional to how lethargic my classes are becoming. It doesn't happen that way. Every day I get swamped under increasingly meaningless work. Despite how much I want to, I don't even have a free second to talk to Shizune nowadays. Every time I look at her, her face is buried in some book of records or some stack of papers that need to be checked over in triplicate. Today I woke up early to come to school before everyone else, hoping to catch Shizune. She has a habit of coming in first thing in the morning to be more punctual than all the other students. Unfortunately, I think I'm earlier than her. Hearing the student council room door click closed to my right tells me that this isn't the case. I guess I got here just behind her. I enter the room and tap Shizune on the shoulder to get her attention. Maybe she expects a conversation, which is why she puts down the carton of orange juice in her hand. Good morning. Where's your better half? Sao. We are separate individuals. Thinking about it, they must get that quite a bit. I can think of no other way to explain how ready she was with that answer. You're here early? That's good. You can help me look over some handouts. They're going out later today. I came here early specifically so I could see you without having to do work. He's so honest now. According to Misha, being early isn't new for you. It's not new for you either. Are you saying you want to race? Shizune adjusts her glasses nonchalantly, a gesture that belies how giddy she is inside about the thought of having something very petty to take competitively and seriously. I think the smaller the matter it is, the more it excites her. It's not a race. Do you want to make it a contest? I don't. I almost forgot to add the last part. The most important part. Well, that's fine. There are too many days left in the school year. I'd get tired of it anyway. With that, Shizune picks up her juice and finishes it off. I wonder if she's going to try it and shoot the empty container into the trash, but she doesn't. In fact, she seems puzzled as to why I seem so disappointed. I'd better get to the point. I just wanted to talk. Our break is practically here, you know. And we should spend more time together. Anyway, I was thinking that we could do that over the summer. Shizune's face turns as red as mine must be, and she starts adjusting her glasses, flustered. What an all-purpose gesture. She taps her fingers together in thought, considering her next words carefully. You mean like a date? It's about damn time. They've been going on for days. And they haven't even been on a date yet. Or haven't planned a date yet, rather. Let's go. Just because we're going out somewhere, that instantly makes it a date? I mean, yeah. It's not? Yeah, it's Shizune, you're right. I want it to be a date. Then it is one. Shizune approvingly claps her hands once before adding on to my statement. But not today. I'm going away for a week to visit my family. That's an oddly formal way of putting it, and for that reason, my interest is piqued. Maybe her family is the prim and proper traditional kind, living in a giant old-timey mansion with a little stream and koi pond where everyone wears... Oops, as I smack my microphone. Where everyone wears kimonos all the time. It's a wild assumption, but it's fun to speculate sometimes. I wonder if Shizune puts on the appearance of being a calm and mature good daughter like Lily when she is with her family. Can't imagine it, but if there's even a possibility that it's true, then I must see it. Only a week? Must not be that far of a trip then. Of course not, they're still in Japan after all. Really? It isn't like you can come with me, is that what you're trying to say? Why can't I? It isn't like you would enjoy it. You don't know that, it could be fun. Ah, I almost forgot. You didn't answer my question. Are you going alone, or is Misha going with you? Is your family no sign? Is Al? Buddy? Yeah, they probably do. I would hope so. I'd hope at least some of them know sign. What are you talking about? Misha is coming along. Part of the question left unanswered is the most telling. Oh wait, no, they might actually not. Oh no. If she's in his family, can't communicate with her, I have to wonder what her childhood was like. She probably wrote everything on that pad she carries around and still produces out of nowhere sometimes. Usually it's when neither Misha nor I are around. I can notice her from far away when she pulls it out like a last resort, grimacing the whole time. If Misha's going, then I'm gonna go too. How? You don't get to just invite yourself? Do you like Misha? Did Misha... Oh god, Misha told Shizune about what he said on the roof. Or maybe she didn't. It's the principle of the thing. I entertain the notion that Shizune might actually be jealous, but I doubt it. She usually wears her emotions pretty plainly on her face, and I don't see anything that would support my theory right now. I think you're just bored. That's okay, though. Alright, we'll all go together. That's what I hoped for in the first place. What do you... Why did you try to push him away so much, then? Oh my god. Kids, am I right? Can't skip out on student council today to pack your bags just because you're coming with us on such short notice. It's no excuse. It's okay, I hardly have anything to pack anyway. Basically medication, clothes, and... Clothes? I didn't read that. Oh, don't worry about it. You must have come to the school on very short notice. It could be that she is thinking back to the time when she and Misha unexpectedly shoved themselves into my room and caught a glimpse of all my medicines. That was an awkward moment I'd like to forget, and I don't like revisiting it. The way she tiptoes around the issue even now only makes me more uncomfortable. I did. It was kind of an on-the-spot decision. It worked out better than I expected, though. I hope Shizune won't pursue the matter, and to my relief, she doesn't. My home is in a particularly beautiful part of Saitama. We'll be leaving early in the morning, so be ready. Let's talk about it more later, okay? For now, these handouts won't look over themselves, and you're gonna help me. Oh no, not the handout! As Shizune dives into her work, pulling me along with her, I think that she seems almost, but not quite, excited to go. Family problem, let's go! Oh my god, that's right. We've been playing through her route for so long and we haven't even met her brother. That's crazy. When Shizune and Misha arrive early the next morning to pick me up, they are dressed in something other than the school uniform I've grown used to seeing them in. It makes sense, seeing we're on holiday, but it's still quite jarring. Shizune's dress is sharp and fashionable. Almost too much for a quiet place like Yamaku. Thinking back to what she wore at the Tanabata festival, I'm starting to notice a trend with her. She looks very cute, very nice dress. All of her clothes are very tasteful and mature, very well thought out. So then, I wonder why she herself is so immature. I don't think she's even... What's she do this for? Well, at least Misha's clothes reflect her inner self on the outside. You're bringing so little. I said I would. I said there wasn't much to pack. Shizune pouts and rocks her own rather large collection of luggage with her foot as if embarrassed. Misha only has one suitcase with her, but it's almost larger than she is. She looks self-conscious about it as well. God, that suitcase is as big as a compact car. The pea green color is unsettling too. It's like something used to transport bodies. The way they look like right now makes me want to tease them a little. Aw, that's bad luck for you and Misha, isn't it? Having to carry those huge bags. You gotta pack light next time, like me. Everything fits into one little suitcase. Like James Bond. That's right, Misha! Yes, exactly like James Bond. Shizune gently tugs at her glasses in concentration. We should split the amount we carry equally. Wow, that's a great idea, Sheik-chan. What? No! It would benefit us all. Yup, wah. Communism! I'm going to have to say no. That's right, Hisao! Hisao says no to communism. You're outvoted. This is a dictatorship! She almost lunges forth as she signs it. terrifying. Ah, well, I was just kidding. I don't mind carrying a few extra. I just thought it would be fun to mess with you both. But if you were going to try to make me carry it all, I was going to ride that giant green case down the mountain like a sled. That seems to make Shizune laugh, and she holds up a hand to her mouth to hold it back. It's like she's hiding it. I wonder if she can laugh. If not, that might be why she does it. That kind of makes me feel sad. With that taken care of, we head for the train station, and a very uneventful ride follows. Shizune and Misha manage to fall asleep almost instantly, but I find myself unable to. That's never happened before. Maybe it's my medication. When we arrive at Shizune's house, it's quite a bit larger than I'd envisioned it. Would be. I don't think huge would be much of an overstatement. Ah, this is the part where she learns this is the part where, Hisao learns that she's actually kind of rich. Or her family is, rather. You live in a mansion? Shizune indignantly stands up on her tiptoes that were at eye level and frowns deeply, having had my comment translated to her by Misha. It's as if she's saying, how can you even suggest such a thing? This is just a normal house, nothing as ostentatious as a mansion. I believe our definitions of those terms are quite different then. Hee-chan, are you surprised? Do you want me to point out where you'll be staying? I think we have a guest room, but I'm not sure if we have two. I'll check. It's no problem though, Hee-chan. Shi-chan and I can share a room if we have to. Well, unless hers is being used for something else now. Not sure? I'm starting to think Shizune doesn't spend a lot of time at home. Before I can make a joke of it at her expense, Shizune vanishes into the house and Misha goes with her, leaving me alone on the grounds. I don't want to follow them inside just yet. I put my bag down by the front door and take the opportunity to look around the grounds, just making a quick lap around the house. Even though it takes just a few minutes, when I get back, the first thing I notice is that my bag is gone and a tiny girl is in its place. She looks a lot like Shizune, although Shizune wouldn't wear red shorts and star and moon stockings. Hi, are you Shizune's little sister or something? Boom! Wrong on all accounts, Isao. No, I'm her little brother. My name is Hideaki. It's nice to meet you. Wow, Hideaki took that in stride. The voice that responds is straightforward, monotone, and also definitely male. I feel embarrassed to the point where I could almost turn around and leave right now, if I can remember my way back to the train. Are you the second person that my sister brought with her? Brought with her? I'm not luggage. Anyway, I'm Hisao. Did you take my bag? Yes, it is my right to keep anything I find on my property. No, it's not. That's not how it works at all. I guess even particularly well-spoken little kids believe in the law of finders keepers. Even though I call him little, he doesn't seem that much younger now that I think about it. Maybe 2 or 3 years younger, at most. I gave it to Shizune. It's inside. Are you on the student council? Yeah, how did you know? Does she bring it up often? I almost said, does she talk about it often? That could have been bad. Yes, all the time. Do you get along with her? Get along? That's a weird question. I wouldn't be on the student council if I couldn't get along with her. What about you? Do you two get along well? No. Even though he has a monotone voice, his face is as expressive as Shizune's, and belies how he really feels. It must run in the family. Looks like he isn't happy about my question for whatever reason. I'm sorry, I was only asking because you both act so much alike. I don't know why, but it feels like he's teasing me. Unfortunately, it works. I don't like being compared to Shizune. You're a lot more like Shizune, but that's to be expected. I mistook you for her little sister, even. If you don't want people to make that mistake, you should dress more appropriately. I don't understand. My clothes are perfectly seasonal. What's with the stockings? They are cool. You know what? Fair enough, bro. You act like my sister. Eventually people will start mistaking you for her. Man, what I'd give to see Kenji and Hideaki interact. Oh my god, that would be so funny. I don't know if that would ever happen, though. Kenji would probably just assume Hideaki is a girl and then run away and hide. Boy, would it be funny. I guess my comment hit him harder than I thought. That would explain this attempt at turning it around. I hate being compared to other people. Shizune doesn't like it when she's compared to others either. I'd thought that Hideaki was a little more mature than Shizune, but they have the same competitive streak and inclination to provoke people. I wonder if he's like this because of Shizune, or if it's the other way around. And neither do you, right? Okay, I get it. I shouldn't be so petty. Especially to little kids. Hideaki seems to accept this as an acknowledgement of defeat, which is something that I feel like I can't let go. Nevertheless, I'll just have to let it go while I have the chance. I can hear Misha's laughter bouncing through the halls the moment I step through the door to the house, and follow it into what I guess is the living room. It holds more people than I'd expected. Oh my god! Oh hey. Hi Lily. Hi Lily, sister! Among them, I spot a distinctive and familiar blonde ponytail. I'm more confused by why Lily is here than surprised. Shizune seems just as surprised. Lily doesn't look ecstatic about this chance meeting either. Sitting next to Lily is a tall, androgynous-looking woman in a sharp suit. I'd like to assume that it's Lily's on screen, so yeah, okay. I'd like to assume that it's her older sister, but I don't want to risk it. I'm surprised that Hisao got Hideaki wrong, but got the sister right. That's kind of impressive. How are you this bad? No, I'm kidding. I didn't expect that you would arrive so early. At first, I think she's talking to me, but it turns out that she's referring to Shizune. I don't think Lily even notices my presence. How would she? I've clearly walked in on them mid-conversation, and it looks like with her focus on Shizune, she couldn't hear me. And even if she could, it's not like she could tell it was you. I should have rearranged my entire schedule for you. Shichan says I should have rearranged my entire schedule just for you. That would have been nice, but I would not expect you to do such a thing. Oh, hi, Hichan. You're finally here. Yeah. Hello, Lily. Oh, Hisao. This is quite a surprise. Akira, this is Hisao, a schoolmate. Hisao, this is Akira, my sister. Yo. I've missed you, Akira, and totally didn't forget your name until somebody else mentioned it. She holds up her hand in a brief and quite casual gesture of greeting, though she is the older sister after all. I hope we're not messing with any of your plans, since we're only going to be here for one more day. Lily and I thought she might as well come with me. Akira turns to me, like she feels compelled to explain. I'm grateful for that. I suppose my position here would be best described as a babysitter. Akira ruffles Hideaki's hair as he carries on with his pastime of looking displeased. That is the meaning. Really? Well, maybe I'll change my title once you get a few more years on you. Or at least a few centimeters. They make an interesting pair, although Akira looks more like a lawyer than a babysitter. I'm still not really sure why both she and Lily are here, though. Taking a glance around the room, there are tennis rackets, golf clubs, and even a stack of fishing poles and tackle boxes secreted here and there. Behind every chair and every corner and under every table, there is some piece of outdoor hobbyist equipment. I pick up one of the fishing rods and play with it. Buddy, you do not want to do that. That fishing rod is probably worth more than your life. This is a nice house. Shizune, it looks like your dad has a lot of hobbies. For a moment, I forget to sign what I say, but Misha's already in the process of interpreting what I said for her. I'm still a little impressed at how automatic interpreting is for Misha. Do you fish? No, I don't know how. Kinda want to learn, as I heard it's relaxing. There's a river only a short drive away. My whole family knows how to fish. If you want, we could go there sometime. Hell yes! Let's go fishing! You and Hideaki can fish? I didn't expect people your age to know, considering it's always seemed like a hobby for old men. You know, Lily is great at cooking. If we had some fresh fish. It's not hard to follow Akira's train of thought. Let's do it! If you want to eat fish, we could go to the store. No, Lily! We must do it ourselves with our own hands and this expensive fishing equipment we've purchased. Lily's voice sounds slightly more authoritative than usual. She really doesn't seem to share her sister's enthusiasm for the idea. Come on, Lily! You know you want to! It's more fun to go fishing. We could even make it like a game to try to see who can catch the biggest one. That would be exciting, right? Yeah, Hichan, what do you think? It sounds fun, doesn't it? Yeah, it definitely could be. Let's go, Hisao! Let's do it! Sounds like a plan. I don't know how to fish either, so now's as good a time as any to learn. Yes, let's go! Her eyes shift towards Lily, who remains unmoved. This sours Akira's smile a bit and makes me wonder why Lily's being so obstinate about this. I don't think we have enough fishing equipment for everyone. No, I didn't do the right verse. The right voice. Oof. We can take turns. It'll be a team battle. What is she saying? We can take turns. She also wants to make it a contest. Come on, Lily. We may as well make the most of it. So this is going to be a competition to see who can catch the biggest fish or the most. It looks like the older sister understands better, as always. Oh, she's a... Misha, don't say it. Don't interpret that. No. Okay, no. Good job, Misha. Shishan says that she supposes Lily would prefer to go to the store, right? It's much less work, so it's natural that she would. Never mind, that's even worse. Going fishing would be more fun, though, and save money. Akira, you have the right idea. Akira gives a gracious, slightly stilted smile. Shizune's praise wasn't her goal, after all. Aw, poor Lily. Isn't the river quite far away? I don't think it's that far, and I can drive if we have to. I'm okay with it, as long as you catch something. Can you fit this many people, and a whole lot of fishing gear on top of that? She purses her lips as her fingers subtly moved, counting up the amount of passengers and the required cargo. We're going to be taking me, Shizune, Misha, Lily, Akira, and Hideaki. 6 people. Damn, my car can only take 5. Hardest part of this to believe is that Akira is sober. That's, well, both of them if we're being honest. But no, Akira can't have any alcohol right now because she's babysitting. It's fine. Hideaki can sit on my lap in the car. It'll be fine. Don't take that out of context. Actually, if Hideaki sat on my lap, we could... I'm not sitting on your lap. Aww. Wait, why are you so excited about that, Akira? Akira is never sober, but she is right now. Or at least she appears to be. Shichan says that her father's car would be big enough. What, the Fuga? If he doesn't mind us using it, then I guess we have no other choice. Feels kind of bad forsaking my car, considering I won't have it for much longer. Despite Lily's obstinacy and Hideaki's question of whether or not we'd prefer to eat first and bet on a fish dinner that might fail to even materialize, there was no way to dissuade Akira and Shizune as they agree on the transport plan. This feels like an odd place for a CG, but I'm for it. I like Shizune having the cat mouth, very fitting, and of course, Amisha's just out. She's just zoinked. Where the hell is Hideaki, though? I don't know. Sleepy Misha, yeah. My expectations of a somewhat relaxing drive through the countryside are fulfilled. Kira's driving is as smooth and peaceful as the surroundings, to the point where Misha falls asleep during the trip. I thought this trip would have been rather too slow-paced for Shizune's liking, but she seems to genuinely enjoy it. Even with Hideaki awkwardly sandwiched between her and the door, she just keeps looking out of the window and smiling. in the trunk. No, he's apparently just chilling right here, right behind Lily. The area surrounding the river is quite beautiful. Akira and Shizune head off for the river so quickly that we have no choice but to chase them. We would be left in the dust otherwise. I can see Hideaki and Lily are just humoring their siblings, Lily being the more unenthusiastic of the two. Misha seems as happy as ever, though. Looks like she managed to latch on to some of Shizune and Akira's excitement. As for myself, I'd rather eat now, but the thought of fresh fish prepared by Lily is appealing. I know she's on the screen, but you don't have to... You don't have to ring the bell. The river is larger than I'd imagined, although very scenic and peaceful. Other than a small pier apparently built just to fish off of, this place looks untouched by civilization. That makes me realize how much greenery I've seen lately. Shizune pulls Misha away so that they can explain how to fish to Akira. Lily and Hideaki are talking between themselves, so I decided to join the enthusiastic trio. So which one of these lures should I use then? Can I use this cute little one? Wait, this is a contest. We need to pick teams first. Shichan and I will be on one team, of course. Hichan, you're going to be on our team too, won't you? We can be the student council team. Okay. Alright then, that makes me, Hideaki, and Lily on the other team. Lily, what should we call ourselves? I don't see why it matters. I don't think it matters. Oh my god. Liven up a little bit, you two. Team no enthusiasm it is. Yet again, Akira's best efforts are rebuffed. Shizune and Misha, on the other hand, have no lack of enthusiasm whatsoever. Isao, you can be our point man. Please, try hard to catch as many or the biggest fish possible. Why me? No one's even taught me how to fish yet. We can do that now. After a quick tutorial, Shizune immediately tries to draw us into a discussion about the strategy in a tag team fishing competition. Somehow, competition doesn't seem particularly applicable to a sport where you spend hours sitting down and hoping a fish bites a worm. Looks like Hideaki got stuck with a spare rod. You know it's just a string tied to a bamboo pole, right? That means when deciding the order, you should go against him. What? Why me? You have the least experience here, Hichan. Yeah? But who's the best here? Shizune? Hideaki is your brother. He's probably just as good. He probably fishes all the time since he lives closer to a lake. He might even be better. Watching you three makes my head hurt. You know I'm only hearing 2/3 of a conversation, right? What is this about? Picking our lineup. Akira makes a troubled face. She's getting impatient, which probably isn't too unreasonable. If you're impatient, that only makes me more excited. Now I want to play for higher stakes. Her face. What's she saying? She wants to play for higher stakes. Wait a minute. We're going fishing. There's no stake here. These are fish. I wouldn't be too hasty. We have beginner's luck twice over on our side, after all. The only way you'll be able to beat that is by catching a whole ocean. This is a freshwater body of water, you marine biologist. A weird insult delivered with unblinking and innocent good cheer. Akira doesn't seem bothered. She laughs it off, and Shizune looks like her usual mischievous self again. I'm glad they get along. Well, Akira gets along with everybody, so it's, you know, it's whatever. So are we gonna pick teams or what? I'm getting kinda hungry. Hisao, Misha, and I are on one team, and Lily, Hideaki, and you are on the other, aren't you? I suppose that's the most obvious arrangement. Wouldn't mixing it up be a little more fun though, eh? You don't want to fish with your own sister? Well, neither of us knows how to fish, so putting both of us on the same team is kinda... Well, it sounds like I've heard something kinda dangerous. I try to change the subject before Shizune can turn that incredulous look on her face into anything more. So, I guess you and Shizune know each other? Sure do. We go way back. Kira throws a knowing grin at Shizune. It's not until Misha's finished translating what she said that Shizune gains a troubled face. Kira sure is different from Lily. Aside from how they look, she's much more informal and laid back. I expected Lily's family to be all proper and formal like her, so this is a surprise. But I feel like she's easy to talk to. Excuse me. As much as I like talking about catching fish, we should probably actually do it sometime. Would you suggest that there should be a lineup like in baseball? There should be everybody at once, or a tag battle style. Let's just go fishing, Shizune. You're overcomplicating this. Everybody get your rods out and start throwing at fish. Can everyone sit wherever they want, or do teams have to stick together? Do we call where we fish? Well, what fish sizes will we be counting? Seeing Akira groan after Misha dutifully translates for her, Shizune rubs her glasses, laughing silently. Never mind, let's just fish then. Thank you! It can be an individual contest. Wow, we're just getting CG after CG today, aren't we? I'm all for it, though. I sit down, ready to fish, although I'm not feeling very confident. Everyone else is already sitting except Akira, who takes up a seat next to me and throws her line out after taking off her suit jacket and rolling up her sleeves. Clearly best route. Yeah, I mean, as far as the art direction, not art direction, as far as the art is concerned, there's quite a lot more of it. I kind of wish the other routes got the same treatment, but, you know, considering this is a game that was just basically thrown together by a bunch of dipshits on the internet, you know? I say dipshits, affectionately, by the way. They did pretty good, all things considered. Misha and Hideaki end up sitting on the shore and fishing together, as there's not enough room on the pier for everyone. Truth be told, I'd rather be sitting next to Shizune, but Akira seems approachable enough. Careful there, you're a little close. Don't tangle our lines, Kay. So, you've never fished before? No, but I've seen a bit of it on TV. I always wanted to catch one of those big fish with a sword for a face. Marlin, I think. If I recall correctly, those are from the ocean. They're saltwater fish. Oh, that's Lily. Sorry, I thought he said I was talking. If I recall correctly, those are from the ocean. They are saltwater fish. I know that. Why is everyone acting like I don't know the difference between fresh and saltwater fish? If you aren't careful, you'll scare off the fish, saltwater or not. Akira's voice is somewhat loud between her attempts to both egg on Shizune and keep Lily entertained, though she may have a point. My line doesn't seem to be picking up anything, but I don't know how much of that is down to Akira. Shizune does her best to relax in the sun and pulls off the look very well, but I can tell that she'd be slightly put off by not knowing what's being talked about. Not having Misha around can be a real problem. That's 2 bells in a row now, Stern. Am I gonna see this the entire time she's on screen? Hey Sal, what's the score so far? Are we winning? I hope we are, given that I've entrusted you with our team's success. It doesn't look like we've caught a single fish yet, Shizune. How have you... I feel like it'd be pretty easy to keep track of score in that case. I managed to do some awkward signing with creative placement on my rod. Creative placement of your rod, eh? It's probably close to being gibberish in spoken terms. You're like right there, can't you tell? Disappointing. You let yourself get distracted. You have to stay focused. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Mind out of the gutter or no! Should have known. Wait, well, it's 0-0 in any case. Akira chuckles, though it's clear that really took the wind out of her sails. Is it just numbers now, or are we keeping track of size, too? How about we just get a fish, and we can worry about the rest from there, team? Both. Grading matters. Who's gonna be grading them? Are you a certified fish judge? Shizune shakes her head to signify that she isn't. But it doesn't seem like that would be very hard. Tell me she should have stopped flailing her hands around like that, and scaring all the fish away. And ask Hideaki why he hasn't even bothered to cast yet. Inches matter. Gonna beat you. I look over to the two and yell what Shizune said to them. Chichan, I think he's upset that he's stuck with a backup rod. Since Misha is largely unable to sign anything coherently right now, she only gets a puzzled look from Shizune for a reply. Shizune just sighs after I translate it for her. Hey, even if you're depressed about it, you've got to try. You can catch the big one for all you know, but you won't catch anything unless you do. I feel that at least half of her encouragement is because if Hideaki does catch the big one, she wants to be there to eat it. And having 6 people fishing just leads to better chances of catching something than having 5. The constant awkward shuffling I have to do to communicate with Shizune, not to mention her increasing fidgeting, makes me think it might be a good idea, might be good to give her a go at fishing. Hey guys, can we switch over now? Sure, Lily. No, please, I have no idea how to fish. Well, I mean, you could actually still do it if you're just waiting for a tug on the line. You could do it even if you're blind. I sign what they say, given that I seem to have taken Misha's place as Shizune's interpreter right now. How magnanimous of you, Lily. Oh boy, here we go. I don't bother translating what she says for fear of sparking another fight. Shizune says you should at least try. It might even turn out to be fun. Very well. Akira, how do you use this? It's pretty simple.
Lily can use sonar to fish.
No, she can't. That's so mean. I wonder how ethical it is to purposely completely change what Shizune said like that. At least it paid off. Yeah, it's probably not very ethical,
She
but
can use her feet to fish me at least.
I'm gonna beat you. I think I understand. What bait do you think would be best to use? I'd prefer something that wouldn't hurt the fish too much. If you're putting a hook through their mouth, I don't think the bait's going to hurt them much more. And letting it go? No, don't do that. But if it isn't big, there's little point in killing it. With my hands freed, it's much easier for me to interpret what everyone's saying. Now Shizune is the one that has to deal with her hands being full, but she seems to take it in her stride. That's so arrogant. Okay, I'll only reel in the big ones too, from now on. The men can spearfish with no pant. What's she saying? Akira just sighs after I interpret for her. No, I don't like that only. You know, a fish is a fish, and you take what you can get. Well, you take what you can get of a certain size, because otherwise, it's illegal and bad for the yada yada yada. Unfortunately, Shizune can't hear, and Lily doesn't seem to be paying much attention now. She can spearfish me with whatever she... Oh my god. Lily's taking to fishing easily. It is a very relaxed activity after all. It isn't long before they both catch a fish, and surprisingly, Lily is just as interested in which is the bigger of the two as Shizune is. As the hours pass, it seems like they're even starting to have fun. Aw, that's good. At the end of the day, we have several good-sized fish between us. Even Hideaki and Misha managed to catch one. No one brings up that we were competing to see who could catch more. I don't think it matters to anyone anymore. Shizune and Misha are talking between themselves some distance away, and Lily and Hideaki are doing the same. I decided to take advantage of the quiet moment to talk with Akira. Lily and Shizune got on well today. I didn't really expect it, after seeing how they act towards each other in school. She gives an amused snort. Looks like she doesn't take their feuding as seriously as I do. they've got their reasons. Lily and I are going away for a while tomorrow, so we thought we'd just pop by. In the end, I'm glad we did. After a brief silence, she stretches loudly and then claps her hands to get everyone's attention. Well, that looks like enough to feed everyone. We should be getting back now.
Hanako wants to catch sunfish.
Sunfish? Oh, God. Lily nods, but then hesitates. Even with her face clouding a bit, she still looks to be in a better mood than this morning. Kira really seems to know how to handle her and diffuse her antipathy for Shizune pretty well. Today's catch looks delicious. I kind of wish I had some soy sauce so I could just eat it now. I thought you wanted me to cook it. You don't think eating it raw would be okay? No, hello friend. Poor Toasty ignored by Ori. I was reading! Hi Toasty. Despite Akira's protests, or joking, as I can't tell which, we decided to wait to at least cook the fish before eating it. It's already become pretty late while we're out, and by the time we arrive back at Shizune's house, it's a good time for dinner. Some of my pills spilled out. Oh God, not the pills again. Oh no. What is this game? This is Katawa Shoujo. If I've never mentioned it before, it's the game where you date disabled girls, and you know, classic. Oh, so hi Hayami. I don't think I said hi yet. This game's fun. We've already completed several of the routes. We've already dated some of the disabled girls, and now we're on to the mute one. Or the deaf one. I always get her disability confused. Yes, it is the legendary, quote-unquote, 4chan visual novel. Some of my pills spilled out all over the bottom of my bag, which I didn't realize until minutes before I was set to go to bed last night. I spent quite a bit of time scraping them out of my luggage. By the time I get up, I'm already starting the day with a migraine from a combination of trouble falling asleep and waking up late. When I step into the living room, Hideaki is there finishing up his breakfast. His fork raised midway to his mouth, he seems unsure whether he should continue eating or greet me. Maybe I should back out of the room. No. Hisao, here's what you do. Just stand there and keep staring at him. Make him feel very awkward. Assert your dominance over this child. Good morning. Morning. What do you think we should have for breakfast? We? Aren't you eating breakfast right now? Yes, everyone else ate already. Despite that, he repeats his question again. He's just trying to be nice. It's an odd way to show it, but I appreciate it nonetheless, and I am feeling pretty hungry.
T-posing for demands is a method.
I try to make some conversation with him while I'm getting my breakfast to fill in the silence. That fishing trip yesterday was fun. Do the Hakamichis and Satos often get together like— oh, I'm doing so bad at doing the right voices right now. I was doing Hideaki's voice. Anyway, let me try this again. That fishing trip yesterday was fun. Do the Hakamichis and Satos often get together like this? Not really. I see. I don't, really. There's a brief pause before Hideaki deigns to fill me in a little more. Family issues. Our fathers are brothers-in-law and do not like each other. Hearing that gives me plenty to think about. It puts the way Shizune and Lily deal with each other into context and makes me even more wary of getting involved. Family issues can be troublesome. Hideaki simply nods as I sit at the table with my breakfast. I wish he were a little easier to converse with. While I'm eating, I notice that the house seems oddly quiet for a place with Misha in it. If Shizune and Misha ate breakfast already, it can't be because they're asleep. I ask Hideaki where they are. Shizune and Misha left to run some errands for our dad. The local business people love dealing with Misha, so he insisted. Well, she's got a nice and cheerful personality. I can see why they would. Maybe you should start taking lessons from her. You can increase your business connections. Are you enjoying this game, Orange? Well, I wouldn't be playing it if I wasn't. This game's pretty fun. I always wanted to try it, but I just never did until it came to Steam, and they were like, here's the censored version, and I was like, oh, if it's censored, and if they took out the H scenes, that means I can play it on stream and actually try it. And so I did, and I really like it, even though I haven't seen the H scenes at all. There's a lot of censored VNs on Steam recently. I actually don't think recently is the right word. Unless there's even more that I'm unaware of, because Steam's always had quite a few censored VNs. You always could remove the H scene, by the way. I mean, I know that, but I just never thought of it until I saw the notification it was coming to Steam. It's as simple as that. Because yeah, they didn't do anything special for the Steam upload. They just uploaded the censored version. They're just like, boom, here you go. Removing it would take effort. I mean, if you're talking about like redoing the scenes, it's still, because right now they literally just skip the scenes. It's literally just H scene starts, okay, then you skip to the next day. There were some specific scenes that would still be uncensored even with the H scenes disabled in the non-Steam version, like Topless Emmy. Oh, I didn't know that. So probably a good thing that I didn't then. I would have needed someone to warn me about that, but oh well, here we are. Anyway, we should continue. Are you serious? He sounds serious. I don't know what kind of business connections a little kid would need. Maybe he wants to have the best bake sale fundraiser ever. It's a shame I'll eventually have to leave here and won't be around to see whatever he is planning. I wonder what kind of person Shizune's dad is again, other than relatively outdoorsy. What I know so far is that he asks his business partners and friends of his daughters to do favors for him. I'm assuming he's extremely shy or extremely lazy. Maybe it's a rude call to make so early, but it would certainly explain a large chunk of Shizune's personality. Do you want to go anywhere? Not really. Why? Do you? I thought there might be somewhere you would want to go. You don't want to do some sightseeing or eat at a specific restaurant? Well, you heard the man. Toasty, we have to get disabled. What? What are you talking about? I don't know. Sorry, wrong voice. I don't know. I've never been here before. I see. I was just about to ask him about what Shizune was like when she was younger, but he's managed to sidetrack me with just one question. This appears to be as awkward a conversation for him as it is for me. You're sure eager to please today. Why are you being so nice? Are you showing your secret nice side now that your sister isn't around? What are you talking about, Isa? You're sort of right.
Get a room, you two.
You're sort of right. Shizune wanted me to keep you company today. I don't want to trouble him and try to make him see that, but Hideaki is as stubborn as the sister and feels as if this is his duty. He also seems to be earnestly trying to be nice. Quickly, I start to realize that Hideaki's idea of fun is fishing, collecting cameras, and making esoteric puns. Fishing is fun, but it's something I would rather do than discuss. Same goes for cameras. I'd rather handle them than collect them. This is something Hideaki picks up on himself. Are you bored? I'm not bored at all, yes. I almost yawn the words, so Hideaki ignores them entirely. You are bored. Shizune said to be entertaining, and I think I don't know how to do that. I am entertained. You don't sound entertained. I am! Why do you yell? I hope you do not yell so much around Shizune. It's hard to tell if he's joking. Either way, I'm a bit surprised. I try to play it off and change the subject. Do you just collect cameras, or are you into photography too?
Hey guys, did you know that in terms of human companionship, Flareon is objectively
I guess I needed
the
a
most
drink
huggable
break
Pokemon?
really quick.
While their maximum temperature is likely too much for most, they are capable of controlling it, so they can set themselves to the perfect temperature for you. Along with that, they have a lot of fluff, making them undeniably incredibly soft to touch. But that's not all, they have a very respectable special defense stat of 110, which means that they are likely very calm and resistant to emotional damage because
Emotional
of this. If you have a bad
damage! Hello,
day,
Mr.
You
Lightman.
can vent it while hugging it, and
I'm
it
sorry I
won't
missed your
mind.
first hello.
It can make itself even more endearing with moves like Charm and Baby Doll Eyes, ensuring that you never have a prolonged bout of depression ever
Get
again.
Flareon.
Thank
Get
you,
Flareon,
Flareon.
idiot. Thank you, Flareon. Thank you for giving me a quick break to take a water break. Not really. If I did, there would be more photos in this house than there currently are. What is there to take photos of? I don't know, dude. Your fish? You like to fish and you never thought of taking a photo of yourself holding one of the fish you caught? Like, that's a guy thing. That's what we do. Yo, I went fishing! Here, let's take the one photo of me that will ever be taken of me in like 5 years, and it's just you holding up a fish, you know? You gotta flex that fish. That's right, Shiroe!
Underscore orange dance. Underscore
Alright,
orange
I guess I
thinking.
get another
Underscore
quick
orange smile.
break
Underscore
from
orange
rating.
burn. Underscore orange judge.
Gotta flex
Underscore
that
orange
fish even
Doro
if it's
shop.
tiny. Yeah,
Underscore
fish.
orange Doro
Right.
light. Underscore orange Doro. Underscore orange horny. Underscore orange horny. Underscore orange Doro. Underscore orange Doro knife. Underscore orange Doro shock. Underscore orange judge. Underscore orange burn. Underscore orange smile. Underscore orange thinking. Underscore orange dance.
Carrot fish
vet.
vet. I don't know, birds, architecture, one of those restaurants you were talking about? I thought the city had tons of cool stuff. How can you live in a place with so much to do and do nothing? I thought you didn't know what there was to do here. Suddenly you have many ideas and are an authority on how interesting it is. You are like our board of tourism. Do you want to go watch birds or buildings? Okay, no need to get mad. I'm not mad, I just think that if you feel that strongly about it, then we should go do an amusement park. That would actually be kind of sick. Why? So that you can be amused. It would be fun. Will he have this same flat, unfun expression on his face while we're riding roller coasters and drop towers? It would sure bring the fun levels down. The thought does not convince me that it's worth the trip. Plus, Hisao will probably die if he goes on some roller coasters and drop towers. I'm pretty sure a drop tower would actually kill him. Like, his heart would just stop. I don't know, it always sounded like to me like going to an amusement park meant you spend more time waiting in lines than actually doing stuff. You'd have to go earlier than this just to skip the lines. Have you ever been to one? No, but it seems like this is what it's like. Hisao would drop dead. Tis. Fine, what about a regular park? There's one nearby that Shizune likes going to. Maybe she will be there, and I can unload you onto her. What do you mean, unload? I'm not luggage. You don't want to go to an amusement park. I don't know what to do. He looks as though I've hurt his feelings by refusing to go with him. I'm already rationalizing my decision. I don't like waiting in lines. It would be too much like a date. I'd rather go with Shizune. It would be too tiring. Come on, Hisao. Take your girlfriend's little brother out on a date. Come on. It's nothing personal. It's just that I kind of wanted Shizune to show me around town instead. And I don't think that with my condition going to an amusement park would be such a hot idea. Okay, so he finally acknowledged it. The park is close enough that their property could almost be considered an extension of it. Both it and Shizune's backyard look about the same, except that the park has benches and more people. Hisau's kind of a dick sometimes. Yeah, he is. Absolutely. He's absolutely an asshole sometimes. That said, it's quite nice. There are even people out walking their dogs and children flying kites that can be seen lazily drifting back and forth over trees in the distance. Hisao could unload on Shizune. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna bonk him for that too. Where was I? I didn't finish reading this. Okay. I got distracted by chat. That said, it's quite nice. There are even people out walking their dogs and children flying kites that can be seen lazily drifting back and forth over trees in the distance. I could sit here in a relaxing and scenic place like this forever. Hideaki, on the other hand, looks like he's extremely bored. I want to poke him to see if he's still alive. But would he react either way? Are you bored? No. Are you going to jog or play frisbee with dogs like everyone else? Is that what people do in parks? Well, you go to parks to get back to nature and enjoy the atmosphere. That's why you jog in the park instead of just on the sidewalk or something. You can jog anywhere. I can't believe I'm having this conversation. How can you not know this? You shouldn't have brought that up. It's too weird. Haven't you ever heard of children should be seen, not heard? Hey, Sal, why are you being such an Oh my god. Yes. I lied. I'm bored. Would you like to play a game? I groan audibly enough to hope that he understands that I don't want to. He doesn't care. In fact, he's already toying with a deck of playing cards. Just play games with Hideaki. It's not that hard, man. Hisao was being incredibly sassy this wrong. He is! Shizune really has, Shizune's competitive, sassy nature has worn off on him a little bit. Why are you upset? That is why we're here. I thought we were here to look for Shizune. Exactly, that is why we should play a game. It's a Shizune trap. You can trap anything, including people. If we compete against each other in the spirit of competition and in a sportsmanly manner, she'll be drawn here to challenge the winner like a shark. Then I will defeat her like a safari hunter. Then take a photo of the award ceremony. Bully the child. No, don't bully the child. To be fair, I don't know what Shizune sees in the guy. I know the answer to that, but I can't think of it off the top of my head, if that makes sense. I think part of it is Hisao showed interest in the student council on his own, and also he went out of his way to learn sign to speak with her. So I think it's a combination of him showing interest in her in general that she liked. She sees competitive. Oh my god. Sharks do not go around challenging people to games of chance like dojo breakers. When did you bring that camera? Anyway, no, I get enough games hanging out with your sister. Hisao, be nicer to her brother. No, come on, it will be fun. We can play chess. Please, no. Besides, playing chess in the park is something old people do, like fishing. Oh my god, Hisao, why are you being so mean? You're gonna get old too fast if you keep doing all this old man stuff. Hideaki freezes like I've suddenly started speaking a foreign language. Maybe I've offended him again. Maybe he's secretly 50 years old and has just aged incredibly well. Him being Shizune's brother could also be a cover story.
This is the evil Hisao route?
This is the evil Hisao route, for sure, for sure. What about checkers, or Go, or even backgammon is fine. even though I don't like it. If board games aren't your thing, we can play card games. Oh, I'm doing the wrong voice. What about checkers or Go? Or even backgammon is fine, even though I don't like it. If board games aren't your thing, we can play card games. Anything other than 7-card, because it is for wimps. Are you afraid that you will lose? If you can beat me, I'll give you candy. Hideaki, you are just like Shizune. I'm starting to think this is all a pretense to play games. No, that is not true. You are! I bet that competitive streak is genetic. I'll sell you to science. No one can own a human being. I'm sure I could think of many jokes to make about that statement, but I'm going to refrain. How about I teach you some sign language instead? When Shizune asked me if I wanted to come here, we talked a little, and it seemed like you and your dad don't use sign language. I'm just guessing, but if you don't, I could teach you some. I'm not a master at it, though. I think it might be good for you to move your arms more anyway. Lily can... Oh my god, Stern. He barely moves his arms. Most of the time, they just hang limply at his sides. How unnerving. There's a reason that Hisao gets all the girls. A feminist conspiracy. It's been bothering me that Shizune's entirely family apparently doesn't know how to sign. I wonder what she did before she met Misha. Did they just hire translators for her? Did she write out everything on that pad she carries around? The second is the most likely, or she could type it out on a phone. That would explain why she dislikes using the pad so much. Sad as it is, I can sort of see why Hideaki or her dad might not have bothered to learn sign language. It probably was too much of a hassle at the time. Very easy to think that. From what I've seen so far, though, neither of them hold it against each other, or are too badly affected by it. It could be that I'm overthinking the situation. Come on. Well, to be honest, I'm still learning sign language myself. I brought all my books along with me so I can keep up, you know? Still, I can at least teach you the alphabet. It's pretty simple. This is kite. I feel really corny right now, and even more so when Hideaki stares back at me blankly as if the entire concept of learning is alien to him. Shizune liked flying kites here as well. This is his attempt to salvage the conversation, and I'm happy to oblige. Fishing and now kites too? Shizune really likes all these relaxing hobbies. Fighter kites actually... Hideaki freezes as Misha appears behind him and puts her hands over his eyes. Hi, guess who? He seemed to finally be loosening up, too. Hi, Misha. Is Shizune with you? Isha, no spoilers. Don't spoil it. Don't ruin the surprise, okay? Misha. Bingo, that's right, but it was too easy somehow. I don't know what she means by somehow. Too many people can tell it's me. I want to surprise someone. I thought for sure that Hideaki would be fooled. Why weren't you, You are the only person who does that. You and kidnappers. Really? Why do you laugh? Are you giving Hisao trouble? I thought you would take him somewhere more exciting than the park. It isn't even that far from home. You are so lazy. Hideaki, are you giving Hishan trouble? You should have taken him somewhere more exciting. The park is too close to home. Shishan says you're lazy. He wanted to come here. Why are you so argumentative? I have to keep my little brother in line. What does she say? You must be kept in line. Really? They're ready to go at each other's throats this quickly. On one hand, I've heard that siblings fighting so much isn't uncommon, and the fact that they fight at all proves there has to be some level of communication going on, so it's nice they get along. They argue all the way back home. Misha translates for Shizune, and I for Hideaki. So it looks more like we're the ones arguing instead. Except not really. Nobody could listen to Misha and believe that. The day got entertaining in the end, at least. I swear, I have not seen this all day, and I've missed this. I love this little do-do-do, do-do-do. Despite having only been here for 2 days, it feels like it's been much longer. I wake up feeling more tired than refreshed. Maybe it's because I've been moving around almost constantly since I've got here. Whatever the reason, it's making me get up unusually late each day. I like sleeping in, but it could be inconvenient if it ends up becoming a habit. I can hear a deep, male voice shouting loudly in the background. Must be Shizune's dad. Or maybe, with the size of this place, it's creditors. More likely the former, since the yelling doesn't seem angry, just loud. Oh my god! I was not expecting him to look like that. Holy moly, he's even got a sword. What a man! Shizune, Misha, and Hideaki are sitting in the living room having a one-sided conversation with the giant bear man who alternates between shoveling away food from a plate balanced on his leg and twirling a sword. From what Shizune and Hideaki are like, I'd expected their dad to be a very reserved, clean-cut, possibly androgynous person, so I'm pretty surprised. I'm surprised for a while until he starts talking to me. Hello. I gotta do my best like man voice for him. He's huge man too. Huge man is back. Let's go. Hello. You must be Shizune's other friend. Did you have a good night's rest? The guest rooms are a bit sparse. If there's anything you need, feel free to tell me. Thanks. You must be Shizune's father. It's nice to meet you.
His hair has a voice.
I'm Shizune's classmate, Hisao Nakai. The pleasure is mine. I've wanted to meet you after hearing that I would have a second guest in my house. Unexpected. You hear something like that, and obviously you want to see what that person is like. Would you like my business card? Yes, his business card, all right. He holds up a case full of them for a second, and I can see that his name is Jigoro and that his office hours are from 8 to 6. They also say that he's a consultant. What a prepared guy carrying his case around his own home. We're just sitting down to a slightly late lunch and you're just in time to join us. Good. Pick a place to sit down and I'll bring you a plate. I hope you don't mind eating bear liver. I thought that bear liver was toxic. Either way, the thought of eating a bear liver doesn't appeal to me other than for the ability to tell people I've eaten a bear liver. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to try it, but Shizune's dad merely laughs. I'm just making a joke. Although, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea to cook up some bear livers for you kids. They will make you strong. We're actually having omelets. I'll make you one right now. Is that unusual for you, having an omelet for lunch? Very unusual. No, not at all. Jigoro vanishes to the kitchen, to where the kitchen must be. I'm surprised that despite living in this place, he has to cook my lunch. Maybe he only cooks because he likes to. My steaming plate of food is done in a very short time. It smells really good. Are you in the student council like Shizune? Is the student council that busy that Shizune has to drag her friends along with her everywhere she goes? Sometimes a vacation is just a vacation. You're right about the student council part. I think we're just here for fun, though. I see, is that right? When I was young, our student councils had so much work that I don't think we could have afforded going on vacation. It must be nice having so much free time. Should give you plenty of time to think about your future. Oh, that's right, Hisao hasn't talked about his future much yet in this run. In this route. I do not like the direction this discussion is taking and start thinking about how to avoid it. Have you thought about that? About what you want to do? No, I haven't given it much thought recently. What do you do, if you don't mind me asking? It must be something pretty cool if it can get you a house like this. Why do you want to know that? Children aren't interested in business. What business of yours is my business? Suspicious. Are you some kind of tax man, boy? I guess he really does not like being asked questions. Hichan isn't a tax collector's boy, I think. Hichan, what do your parents do? You never told us. You, be quiet. Don't interrupt me. I hate being interrupted. Rude. Ah. Shizune doesn't look too happy with this turn of events. Even with Misha unable to sign to her what's going on, she can read the mood easily. Her glare becomes more smoldering as Jigoro continues to rant. One more thing, my fishing equipment. I came home and it was just in a big pile in the corner, rods just stacked haphazardly on top of tackle. And that was me. I can't remember if it was actually him. If it wasn't, I appreciate that he's willing to take one for the team. It doesn't matter because Jigoro ignores him without skipping a beat. Well, anyway, I'm glad that my fishing equipment could provide so much entertainment for my daughter's friends. Did not even tell me you were going to be using them. Those are expensive custom-made poles. Not for dilettantes. I've never heard that word before. I suddenly oh, no. I don't need to do the voice. I suddenly become aware of the eggshell fragments in my omelet. Is he just a bad cook? Does he eat them for the calcium? Were they purposely added there to give me even more discomfort? Though confused, I'm not as unnerved as I think I would normally be. Then again, my life has been pretty strange lately, and I keep running into all sorts of different people. Nothing surprises me anymore. A guy like that feels like a Yakuza, not gonna lie. I mean, considering the sword. I like to imagine him cracking the eggs with the sword. Yes. Didn't even properly clean up them after use. Terrible. Do you even know how to fish? Unlikely. There are not enough poles here for all of you. How does that work? Did you all share? One person baits the hook and another casts? 2 people to reel? Incompetent. Well, 6 of us went, so we couldn't all do it at the same time. First it was just me, Akira, Hideaki, and Misha. Stop talking. That sounds unspeakably dirty. I've had enough of your filth. How vulgar. Make sure that your statements are not so embarrassingly, carelessly worded next time. What? What? You're so disrespectful. Amazing. Are all delinquent types like this? Even the way you dress shows flippant disregard for authority. Sweater vest? Disgraceful. Delinquent? I'm on the student council. I'm hurt by his comment on my sweater vest, especially when it's coming from a guy in such a tacky shirt. Hey, his shirt is cool. Take it back. I guess I can't really say anything, though. He has a sword. He might also kill bears. Misha loudly puts her plate down on the table. Oh, beat him up, Misha. Yeah, go get his ass. That was delicious. Shi-chan and I are done now. Hee-chan, you are too, right? We should get going. What a simple yet effective exit strategy. I barely have the time to put down my plate before they pull me up and out of there, and finally outside. Unbelievable. It's like I'm really watching an interrogation. This is not a cop show. Guests definitely have responsibilities, but hasn't he ever heard of being a gracious host? Really? Misha attempts to sloppily mimic Shizune's angry, chopping gestures as best as she can. She has the expression down too, but the tone of her voice is the same as ever, thus lacking the anger necessary to bring it all together. Don't take it too hard, Hee-chan. Shi-chan's dad does this to everyone. I think it's like a joke. That was the most aggressive joke possible. I'm also not at all convinced that it was a joke, considering this hastily staged retreat. But this isn't a good moment to discuss how Shizune's father might be a jerk. Hee-chan, let's go shopping. You haven't been to town yet, have you? It'll be fun. We can see the sights and go to an amusement park, maybe even eat at a good restaurant. We just had lunch. Even though I didn't eat much. It's okay. In that case, we just have to make sure that today is so busy that by the time we're done, it'll be time for dinner. It works out perfectly. Come on, Hee-chan. They immediately flank me and hook my arms with theirs. Shizune taking one arm and Misha taking the other. At first, we almost trip over each other. Shizune walks at a very brisk pace, and Misha has an unusually bouncy way of moving around. We get the hang of it soon enough, and I notice we're going to town by cutting through the park. It doesn't seem efficient, so I'm guessing this is the scenic route. Walking this way hinders how we can communicate with each other significantly. I can't talk to Shizune at all. Shizune and Misha are down to one-handed gestures only. It feels nice though, so I don't mind too much. When I make a crack about it to Misha, she responds with mild confusion. Really, Hee-chan? If you really want Shi-chan's attention, you can tell me, and then I can tap her on the shoulder for you. You could just let me go, and I'll do it myself. How are you going to tap her on the shoulder from over there? Like this. She suddenly stops in her tracks roughly and tries to reach behind her back and across my shoulders to get Shizune's attention. She succeeds, but only because when Misha stopped, I had to as well, or we'd all fall over.
It's a date one get one free.
Obviously, Shizune had to jerk to a halt too. The sight makes Misha let out one of her characteristic laughs, which shakes us around more, and Shizune starts flailing her free hand to get her to stop, which only causes her to laugh harder. It is pretty funny to watch her getting so flustered, and I start laughing too. Aw, how cute, they're friends. I've been neglecting my sign language studies, so I should probably spend some time studying up on it. Although I think I've learned a lot just by osmosis. I'm very proud of that, and will have to be careful not to brag about it. Most of the books I brought with me aren't manuals on learning sign language, but studies about different signing dialects. I know Shizune has some secret signals with Misha that only the two of them know the meaning of. After seeing a couple of them, this book caught my eye in the school library. Maybe I should incorporate some examples into my own signing to mess with them, because I'm pretty sure that they have started using their code words more when I started learning sign language. That'll teach them. After a quick break for a shower, I resumed practicing my signing in the guest room mirror. Yesterday, I crashed my fingers against each other pretty hard. It's still smarts, and I don't want a repeat of that to happen again. I hear knocking on the door behind me and turn to find Hideaki standing inside the doorway, staring at me. How polite of him to knock, but usually you don't open the door first. What are you doing? I'm practicing sign language. How long have you been standing there? I did not see anything. That isn't the point. I don't even know what he means by that. It's not like I was doing something that I would be ashamed to have people see me doing. Although sign language must look strange to most people. I'm only used to it from being around Shizune and Misha so much. I'm brushing up on my sign language and reading about it too. Stuff like the history of it, even though they cover it in the sign language class. Your school teaches sign language as a class? Hideaki, I'm confused. What do you mean? It's a school for disabled kids. Why wouldn't they teach sign language? Oh no. Yeah, one of the first things they brought up was that it's not very common to do that. I guess we're very international or something. Or maybe it's related to, I don't know, the fact that it's a school for disabled kids? It looks fun. Well, I wouldn't call it fun. I feel like the family's just woefully ignorant. Yeah. I also almost wonder if, considering the father's actions and everything he said, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if he looks down on the disabled and sees sign language as like a weakness. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up saying something like that, just based on that previous conversation. Although maybe he is just really bad at joking around. I don't know that I buy that. I don't know that I buy that, though. Anyway. If you do not enjoy this, it seems like a lot of work to go through just to talk to my sister. Why does everyone keep saying that? Dude, you just kind of hinted that... whatever. Hideaki's mouth twitches like he was about to laugh, but he restrains himself. Come to think of it, he hasn't laughed once since I've met him. I could take it as a compliment that he doesn't laugh at me, but I'm curious to see it. Too headstrong of a father? Maybe. Laugh. Why? It was the fastest and most direct way I could think of towards accomplishing my goal. Changing the subject. Or not. Can you teach me sign language? He says it plainly, but his body language is nervous, showing that he clearly needs to put some effort in to ask. I guess Hideaki likes his sister after all. I think Misha is a lot more approachable, though, so I wonder why he didn't ask her. That is actually not a bad question. Why does he come to us? We've kind of only been a dick to him. Is it because we're a boy? Is he afraid to talk to Misha, maybe? Does he have a crush on Misha? Oh, does he want to bond with Misha, maybe? Woohoo! Secretly, I'm shouting, yes! Inside. I had thought he wanted to learn sign language and even brought it up, but he had evaded the subject skillfully. It turns out I was right after all. I don't really know why this makes me so pleased. Sure. Now that I think about it, I'm not a sign language teacher. I don't even know where to start. In class, I'd be learning stuff gradually over a week. Does Hideaki expect me to teach him anything usable in a one-day crash course? My teacher spent a couple days just giving a history of sign language. I decided to start off with that, to buy some time while I figure out how I can segue it into the hard stuff. 5 minutes in, Hideaki raises his hand. I don't understand what you are doing. Well, you can't just jump into teaching, you know. You have to ease into it. It's like when you go swimming, you don't just jump into the lake, like in some movies. I do not swim. Because Hisao was the only one who openly opposed his father. Yeah, okay, that is a good answer. I can see that. It's like scientists managed to create a process to suck out all the hyperactive, infuriating, and childish qualities of a small child, and then implant them into the dad, creating a raging jerk dad and leaving behind Hideaki. I began to feel claustrophobic, despite the fact that the guest room is 3 times bigger than my dorm room, and there's just the 2 of us in here. It's all in my head, I know it, and I don't care. I still use it as an excuse to move the lesson outside. It's a lot easier to concentrate out here. Even the precious few seconds it took to relocate managed to allow me to sort my thoughts. There were no questions during this time. Hideaki can't seem to talk and walk at the same time. Eventually, however, I start to realize that if I'm going to teach him anything, I have to keep the lesson constantly moving. The second there's an opening for it, he'll ask a question which will lead to more questions. Then there's no end to it. Well, that's not a bad thing, it just means he's invested. The second time he asked me why a certain hand motion means what it does, and I have to reach deep into my memory to look for etymology I don't know about a gesture I only knew about a month longer than him. I start looking for an out. Hideaki, let's take a break. Okay. What is your school like? The kid is like a little reporter, but it makes sense for someone his age to be curious. And this is one question I don't mind. What's it like? Huh, I never really thought about it. It's on top of a mountain, so it feels kind of isolated and lonely up there sometimes, even though that's also why it has a pretty great view. The students there are interesting, actually. Actually, I felt bad at first. You know what kind of school it is, right? Yes. I felt bad because I didn't want to go there. I don't even remember exactly what I was thinking at the time. Probably it was something like a school for crippled people would be a depressing place. They were telling me to be forgotten there. Then everyone was just living their lives for the most part, so I felt even worse. It wasn't different at all, so I felt like kind of a jerk. Shizune was the first person I met. She's in most of my classes. Misha too. They're always together. I guess the school is accommodating enough to pair them up as much as possible. There's this girl in my class, Hanako, whom I feel bad for. I mean, you're not wrong, but that's like a really odd thing to say. She has these burns and seems to have a complex about them, but I think she looks fine. She's a cute girl. And friends with Lily too. You know Lily, right? Yes? Does she bring up Hanako? Yes, sometimes. I'm trying to remember who else is interesting. We have a little track star ace who runs on these prosthetics. Emmy! There's this one girl, Rin, who doesn't have arms, but she's a great painter. All her art has this harsh, alive quality. Ever been to Yamaku? You've probably seen some of it hanging around. A little weird sometimes, but I've always heard that artistic and creative types are like that. That reminds me, the guy who lives across the hall from me is pretty weird too, but he can be interesting at least. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to put it. You are also interesting. Is that bad? And what's with that tone? What does that even mean? Are you saying I'm weird, Hideaki? Yes. You talk a lot. My first instinct is to go on the defensive, but the more I think about it, he has a point. That's right. I do talk a lot. I don't think I used to. I think it's probably because of all the time I spend around Shizune and Misha. Talking with them, I get caught up in all their circular logic and just how they do everything. I feel like I'm going to be drowned out or left behind. My sister can drown you out? It's not like she's literally taking me over and stuff, obviously. It's hard to explain. They have much more energy than I do. It's like an aggressiveness. I don't feel like I have to match it, but I want to. I think maybe your sister has that effect on people. Do you look up to your sister? Oh, I did the wrong voice. Do you look up to your sister? Nope. His arms moved. He stares at me blankly, tense and confused as how to react to this question. Sharks can drown. True. I don't know why you said that, but true. I will be better than Shizune. Better at what? At everything. Like what? I can do magic tricks. You mean like telling people you've got their nose? Or more like the kind of magic where you pull a rabbit out of your ass? He doesn't look happy. Someday I will see Hideaki laugh. I might just try tickling him if I have to. Oh god. The back door flies open and Jigoro strides out of it, keeping his back straight, taking giant, slow, regal strides like either a king or a huge jackass. I try to turn away using the train of logic that if I can't see him, he can't see me. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out and he comes over so fast that it's like he appeared out of the air over my shoulder. Oh, what's up here? What are you two doing flailing your hands around? Playing cat's cradle like a bunch of girls? Okay, yeah, I think... Okay, yep, that's why they don't know sign language, because... Yep, okay, I was right. I'm teaching Hideaki some sign language. What about you, Mr. Hakamichi? He narrows his eyes suspiciously, as if he's not used to people being polite to him. I am writing an autobiography of my life and times, and by writing, I mean I am dictating it to my biographer. Unfortunately, she's running late. Unprofessional. Perhaps you should read it when it is published later this year. I can put you on the waiting list. Maybe it will give you the moral compass you seem to lack in your life and inspire you to stop sucking. It can't be sustainable for him to be so casually insulting to everyone. Though, Hideaki is likely too detached to even notice. Shizune is deaf, and most of the insults must fly over Misha's head. But surely Akira must have an opinion on this. I did for gore. Did Mom die? They haven't mentioned anything about the mother, so I have no clue. I try not to think about it. If he is doing this to psych me out, then I have to stay calm or he wins. He must absolutely, definitely not win. This must be how Shizune feels. How old are you? 46. That doesn't seem old enough to justify writing a biography. I mean, that's not even old. Don't most people start writing their memoirs a lot later than that? Shut up, boy. I'm going to give you advice. Do not talk about matters of age with people older than you. You are less than half my age. You have no right to talk about old. I have an ulcer older than you. You should get that checked out. You might have a point, though. He's definitely older than I am. Either way, even if we were the same age, I wouldn't have to explain myself to you, sweater vest. Ugh. Why did you make that noise? Are you mad? Well, obviously. Good. Your sweater is terrible, and I want you to feel bad about it. The burn tells me it's working. I like my sweater. I'm sure you like huffing glue, too. That doesn't make it right. I don't huff glue. Where did you get the impression that I do? That is slander. I wonder how Hideaki knows what slander is. Maybe Jigoro is a lawyer. I can sort of see that. Although I thought only TV lawyers were this antagonistic. I don't know if I should take the chance and ask if that's his job. He's right. It is slander. Are you a lawyer? I thought you just said you weren't going to do that. I was guessing. A guess based on the fact that you are stupid. It's like how you are assuming I am a lawyer, except you have no reason to think that. If you want to know what I do so badly, why don't you pre-order my autobiography? Now you are insulting my book and by extension my entire life. What gives you the right to do that? Arrogant. I'm trying to think of how I can make you understand my struggle. Maybe by beating you with my autobiography.
Who let the Reddit 4chan mod out of the basement?
Now you're insulting my book and by extension my entire... Wait, didn't I just read this? Oh, interesting. I hope you walk away from the beating having learned a valuable lesson, like not making assumptions. Assault. But he made an assumption too, that I huffed glue. I consider calling him out on this glaring example of hypocrisy. But I don't think it's worth it. He would probably explain his way out of it by saying, "Shut up, boy! Back in my day, children were seen and not heard. And to be an adult meant having experienced many hardships. With even a glance, people could instantly judge a man's character. Childhood existed only to temper you for adulthood. When you look at me, can you not see the catalog of my experiences even at a glance?" Maybe. Were you a sword fighter? He could also be Hawaiian and a werewolf. Wait, didn't you tell me before not to make assumptions? Now you just asked me to assume stuff. And you're saying everyone when you were my age did it. And that had to be in, like, the 80s. That wasn't even that long ago. I'm ready to give him a piece of my mind for talking like he had to walk 15 miles in the snow, both ways, to ride a coal train that he had to shovel coal into himself before climbing up a mountain while fighting ogres to get to school. But now that I finally want to fight, Jigoro is happy to have a good thing going, just continuing to ramble about how difficult it was growing up one generation ago, twirling his sword like a baton and stopping occasionally to yawn or check the time. The tardiness of his autobiographer is still foremost in his mind. That means the whole time he's been insulting me, he must have been doing it just to pass the time. To add insult to insult, his watch is also really nice. When I was your age, kids had responsibilities. Not like today. Sickening. No one thinks about the consequences of their actions anymore. They just do whatever they want, thinking no one will hold them accountable since they are young. It's odd. That description could fit Shizune and Misha. I thought something similar only yesterday, but it only fits them slightly. Look at yourself, an immoral, directionless, delinquent glue huffer, with a complete lack of etiquette and absolutely no fashion sense. You are tomorrow's Japan. Disgraceful. Is this the future of this once great country? I know someone you would get along well with. Oh god, I would love to see that. Don't interrupt. Who? One of your friends? Why would I want to talk to some awful teenager? Have you even been listening? You've been talking to a teenager the whole time. Why are you so rude, boy? Your attitude is not the one that will make you a lot of friends. I wish you would stop giving me so much advice. Or at least, I wish he would give me advice that he would have the decency to adhere to himself. Where have you been? Huh? Not you, idiot. Oh, I see. Oops, I didn't notice you there. Shizune smiles and gives a short wave. Her arrival made Jigoro stop talking, so I'm already happy to see her for that reason alone. Toaster raid? Toaster raid? Toaster raid? Toaster raid? Get rated. Oh, Fiore! Hey, how you doing? What? Why do you have a username? Oh my god. Told him you were playing this, lol. Oh, okay. Hello. Hi. Hi, Fiore. It's good. The first time I think... This is the first time I think either of us have bothered to raid each other, even though we stream at, like, the same time. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. I wish YouTube had, like, an API that could actually detect that. Because I didn't even get a notification. She's a toaster breadwinner android. Yep, that's her. Good to see you. Good to see you. We're in the middle of... We are, like, smack dab in the middle of...
Raid Toaster Legends.
Yeah. It was a manual raid, confusion. Yeah, raiding on YouTube is also really weird. Because it is what it is. We're in the middle of, clearly, in the middle of playing Katawa Shoujo. We're doing Shizune's route. We've already done most of the other ones. We only have Ren to do after this. And we are in, like, the middle of Act 3, I think. As you can see, we've met Shizune's family. And we're getting grilled by her dad, who is an asshole. Can't actually raid yet, so it's all manual for me. Oh, you can't even raid yet? You're not on her raid missions. Yeah, that's another thing. You have to do that. Although I thought I set it so that anyone can raid me. Although maybe I didn't. Yeah, you have to like, yeah, like no. I think I actually have to allow you to raid. That's how it works. You can't like randomly raid somebody. That is one thing that's different. It is what it is. I'll have to try to remember to add you to that list, and then you'll have to do the same for me. Anyway. YouTube hates making things easy, don't they? Yeah, that's true. Not allowing people to raid you. It's not my fault. I do allow it. It just is YouTube being weird. And I'm also not I'm not dual streaming on Twitch today, so it's not like I can get raided there either. Oops. Well, I'm glad to have you all here. Thanks for stopping by. Let's continue because I'm really enjoying voice. Shizune's father is an asshole, but I'm really enjoying voicing him because I get to use a voice I don't use often, which is the deep man voice. I take back 50% of what I said on this being Hisao's evil route. The father is the 12th level of Dante's Inferno. Oh, anyway. Misha and I decided to go into town again. Hisao, I noticed you were looking at some clothes yesterday in a store window, and I thought I would go back and buy some of them for you. It was supposed to be a surprise, though. Testosterone voice. The one girl's top kind of looks like a nightgown top to me. I mean, I can kind of see it, but it's mostly just a cute dress. She looks annoyed that the surprise is ruined, even though she ruined it herself. Here you go. Thanks. Misha wanted to cut her hair. Oh, no, please no. I told her not to, but she said it was too hot for the summer. Jigoro, Kenji, and Hideaki are all completely opposite ends of the personality spectrum, and they all would get along so well. It would be so funny. Yeah? I don't know. That makes a lot of sense to me. Must be like an oven under there. I want to see it. Where is Misha anyway? Over here. Hi, Hichan. Hi, Mr. Shichan's father. Hi, Hideaki. Oh, no, she did cut her hair. No! No! Oh, Shizune, what have you... Shizune? Misha, what have you done? No! Give me the drill tails back! No! I want a refund. I can't believe she would do this to me. This is so painful. We will manage. We will survive. We will do our best to live without the drill tails. Misha runs around us once in a wide circle before stopping next to Shizune. For the first time, she hasn't put her hands over my eyes, although now I see she has bags of her own to carry, so it's not like she could have even if she wanted to. Although I am positive she's tried before. Betrayed by your girlfriend's girlfriend, poor Orange. Oh yeah, Dr. Ash, you picked a terrible time to come back to stream. We lost our drill tails. I feel so betrayed. Her meticulously styled curls are gone in favor of a much shorter, sportier look. Misha looks even happier than usual, probably because she knows she won't have to wake up at the crack of dawn every morning just to do her hairs. My eyes!
For being a part of the Hat Crew for 17 months.
17 months? Holy moly. Time flies, huh, buddy? Thanks for being a member for that long. What is that haircut? You look like an intern. Your old haircut merely made you look like you were wearing a pink judge wig. Wig. Judged intern is a huge emotion. Sal, is he saying something insulting? Tell him not to insult my friends. Don't insult my friends. Which one of you is talking? Both of us. I agree with her.
Her drill tails were the drill tails that were meant to pierce the heavens.
Right? Like, I mean, look at how perfect they are, right? And they're gone. Now she can get off screen. Get off the screen. We don't. You betrayed us. I can't believe you would do this to me. What do you think, Ichan? I hate it. Is this a meme game? I mean, this is a game that is memes, but the game itself is, it takes itself seriously, and it's pretty good. You should have kept it like it was. Thank you, Shizune. Aw, Hichan, you look disappointed. You don't like it either? Well, yeah, I'll admit I kind of like your old haircut more. But I think this one is nice too. It suits you. Don't lie to her, Hisao! You're my sister, Misha! I love you! It's a genuine dating sim? Yeah, it is. It's a genuine dating sim. Aw, thanks, Hichan. Touching. If you like it so much, maybe you two should trade. You can't trade a haircut. What a shame. Even her old haircut would suit you much more than your current slacker haircut. Awful. As for you... Actually, this is much less garish than your other haircut. I like it. Really? Thanks, Mr. Shizune's dad. I don't know if that was much of a compliment there, Misha. It's Mr. Hakamichi. Talk like a normal person. I don't understand. Okay. I'll call you Mr. Hakamichi. It's like speaking to a slide whistle. Contemptible. Where's my biographer? Hideaki! He starts quietly muttering to himself and walks off. I guess a wannabe cranky old man like Jigoro would at the very least be hesitant to yell at girls. Suddenly, he doubles back, unable to resist his urge to have the last word. And another thing, you do not have to be so loud. I do not like being shouted at. What? Shouting? I'm not shouting. I can't think of anyone more unqualified to talk about what's garish or to chastise someone else on shouting at people. That's like a parade of hypocrisies and the hits just keep on coming. An unusual reaction seems to be taking place. Misha apparently finds Jigoro funny and laughs pretty much every time he says something, which only makes him berate her harder. I guess this is what they call a vicious cycle. Misha's voice is punctuated with explosions of laughter and seems to come from everywhere. On the other hand, Jigoro's is booming and directed like a cannon. In any case, they are both unbelievably loud. The more they talk to each other, the more they seem to play off each other's volume and get louder. Ow, my ears hurt. Why are you shouting? Shizune's hands wrap around my eyes from behind, something I'm so used to Misha doing that for the first time I find myself confused by it, since Misha is in front of me. She lets go and holds a finger up to her lips. What a perfect distraction. Now's our opportunity. Let's sneak off. Is this gonna work? Why do we have to sneak off? Why not just walk off? It wouldn't be as fun. It's decided. It's a secret mission. Escape without being detected. Extract Hideaki for bonus points. Already, she has simplified the situation into a game. Shizune quietly slides away from the scene and begins edging towards the house. I walk towards it normally. I can't find Shizune at first, but eventually she walks into the main part of the house, sipping a glass of ice water and dangling her glasses back and forth from her free hand. She whips them on as soon as she sees me. You didn't rescue Hideaki. That means you don't get the bonus points. If you were also being graded on style, I'd have to deduct points for the boring escape. Edging? I saw the word. I wasn't gonna point it out, but you did. So, I'm gonna have to hit you with a bonk and a horny bell ring because you said it. It looked like you wanted to talk to me. I didn't know I had to be stylish about it. Some say that the most stylish people are the ones that don't try too hard to look cool. You're really cool. You don't seem to... I don't think you really believe what you're saying to me. I wonder how it is that I can pick up on her sarcasm so easily, and how hard it might have been for her to learn the concept of sarcasm without being able to hear. I can't imagine it. Listen, Ori, we know you want to be edging, but don't play... Oh my god, you... You seem like you're in a good mood. Although I guess it isn't really a good mood. It's more like she seems very excited. I'm in a bad mood. Setting her drink down, Shizune sits down on the couch. I liked her regular hairstyle, so help Misha's hair. Dude, same. I liked her regular hairstyle so much more. It looked so pretty. It was refined and meticulous. Now she looks too sporty and tomboyish. I wouldn't call Misha refined and meticulous. That sounds more like you. You should give it a chance. Grow your hair out and make it look more like Drill's. Yes, 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 yes. Actually, maybe this suits you just fine. Shizune rubs the frame of her glasses roughly, looking annoyed at the implications behind what I just signed to her. That's fine, because I was totally implying that. She was a little closer to me when I take a seat. Gotta go get food and stuff, have fun with the dating sim. Thanks, enjoy your food and stuff. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll have to remember how to do raids again and add you to the list. I'm a tomboy? Well, no one would call you a tomboy, based on appearances. Shizune glares at me, unamused. I have to fight to keep a straight face. Maybe you two should trade haircuts anyway. You sound like my father. Except for reminding you of the raid thingy. Thank you, thank you. It's true. Shizune I cannot read this word. Oh my word. Shizune giggles noiselessly when she sees my displeasure at the realization. Jumping to her feet, she twirls an invisible sword in her left hand while standing up militarily straight and grimacing. A terrifyingly accurate impression. Anyway, I don't take advice from anyone who wears a blue sweater with brown pants. Where's your sense of color coordination? Dreadful. Or changing my haircut, that might be fun. Wouldn't it be? I want to see how everyone would react. You must really like playing with people. Sometimes, I think, a little too much. No answer. The way she fiddles with her glasses, brow furrowed, tells me that it's because she can't. It's fun. Then, with more confidence and while pulling herself closer to me. It's fun to drag more and more people into my life. That is true. Shizune didn't have a lot of friends before. So this... yeah, okay. Oh, I see. I wonder if I'm included in that number. Yes. I want to ask, but I'm not sure even how I would. Shizune wags a finger preemptively, indicating that she won't be answering such a question anyway. She reaches for her glass, but doesn't seem to realize how far she's managed to inch away from it all this time. To prevent herself from tipping over clumsily, Shizune tries to grab onto me, and ends up pulling me on top of her. Ooh. As I lean over her, I can feel the heat coming off her body and realize how close we are. I can hear her soft breathing and the slight rustling of her clothes as she momentarily fidgets about. A blush starts to creep into her cheeks, but her eyes stare straight into mine, dark and unblinking. It's the same look from the first time I saw her, piercing and devoid of any clear emotions, just waiting to see what will happen next, like the eyes of a cat. It makes me feel uncomfortable being looked at in such a way. This is the first time I've been so close to her for an extended period of time, and the mood is different now. The situation now wasn't the same as a passing touching of hands or her and Misha's usual games.
You can use your fishing rod on her.
God damn it, now's not the time! Shizune's fingers weave together tentatively, but she makes no move to sign. The look in her eyes isn't just nothing, like I thought. It's more like expectation. I wonder if maybe I've been following the string of her expectations this entire time. I feel her grabbing me by the shoulders, and then gently, but firmly, pushing me off of her. I roll sideways onto the soft couch and pull myself into a sitting position, less than a foot from her. The way I feel, she might as well have thrown me 10 yards. When I think about it, this is perhaps one of the biggest drawbacks to sign language. Shizune said that the fact that you have to sign your words out with your hands means you have time to reflect on what you say before you say it. But on the other hand, it also means that what would normally be just an awkward silence becomes an insurmountable wall. I just blurt out something, anything, to try and dispel the tension I'm feeling right now if I could, but I can't. Ordinarily, I think what would be normal would be to apologize and maybe leave. But right now, I wonder if that is even applicable. I can't get past how guilty such an action would seem, like I were just slinking away. Of course, it's not like I can just play it off like nothing happened either. That would just be insulting to both of us. So, as much as I don't want to, I apologize quickly, so quickly I forget to sign it. Then I go back to my room. So he just runs away and then falls asleep. Sighing, I let myself fall backwards into bed. I wish I could just go to sleep right now, but I feel wide awake. I sit up when I hear the door closing and open my eyes to see Shizune sitting in the chair in front of me. Uh-oh, I think I know where this is going. She asks a question that goes right over my head. Due to my surprise, it's not a feeling I'm good at concealing, and I don't think it's what she intended. Whatever she was saying, she backs off and doesn't attempt to sign again for a while. This is the first time I've been in your room. Kind of. Shizune tenses her fingers and puts on an exaggerated attempt to make herself look embarrassed and modest at the thought. I can't appreciate the joke, just the fact that she's here has me feeling a bit scattered. Very funny, it isn't even my room, it's your guest room. Besides, you and Misha barged into my room once before. It seems as if she expects me to say more. I remember feeling very panicked when they burst into my room, afraid of what conclusions they would jump to, seeing the wall of pills lining the place. I don't think that Shizune remembers, though. It made you nervous. The way she says it so factually stings me. A lot of things make me nervous. You're one of them. Because you're overeager to always get people involved in whatever you're doing, whether it's joining the student council or even taking a break, whether they want to or not. She signs almost at a crawl, her hands pausing mid-sentence far too much, causing the words to dissipate formlessly before I can even begin to try to understand them. I try not to let that... I try not... Oh my... 1 second. I try not to let on that this is the case. It seems to work, but she looks a little sad, and I regret that I have nothing to say to snap her from the strangely wistful and distant expression that she's wearing. All I can do is wait for her to come out of it. You are right. I want to drag everyone into my life, but lately, I'm no longer sure if that's the right thing to do. I enjoyed you taking me to your favorite restaurant the other night. It's not like that was my favorite restaurant. I have others I like. I might even be able to rank them by number. Really? This chair is so hard, I want to sit on the bed. Here it comes. Motioning to her to go ahead, I wait for her to get off the chair and take her place when she does. Though I didn't intend for it to be, she finds it amusing. Close your eyes. Why? It's a surprise. Is the surprise fish? I decide to humor her and to close them. I can feel her leaning over me, and suddenly something soft and moist touches my lift? My lips. My body tenses up in surprise. Fortunately, not as awkward a reaction as I could have made. It was just a quick peck, and I almost think that's the end of it. But then she kisses me again, more deeply this time. Her hands slide onto my shoulders, up to my neck, and then back down again. Then across my shoulders and down my arms. There it is! Cantaloupe? There you go. Cantaloupe? Yeah. That's a new one. First it was fish, then it was chinchilla, and now we got cantaloupes. Interesting, interesting. Let's see. She tied you to the chair just then did the thing. Yep, pretty much. Is that a good stopping point? No, we'll continue a little bit longer. Was she impressed by your tuna? Shut up. The days since then have passed so quickly that the time seemed to slip through my fingers like water. I Every time I've tried to talk with Shizune, she has been out running errands or with Misha. I feel as if she's avoiding me. I'm not surprised. Of course, it bothers me, but I think the way she's acting seems pretty natural. And again, it's not like I've been through this before. She wasn't impressed by his fishing rod. Whenever I can't find Shizune, I end up running into Misha. And when I do, I ask her to help me with my signing. However, she always ends up squirming out of it. We're leaving after today, so I'm determined not to let her escape this time. Once we head back to school, we're probably going to have to start grinding through more student council affairs in preparation for school restarting. I want to brush up on my signing as much as possible by then, even if it's a day's worth. Come on, it's pretty much just having a couple sign language conversations. You do that all the time. Actually, you're doing it right now. Really, Hichan? That's funny. It's not the same. Misha temporarily stops her unconscious signing in order to wave her hands in front of her face in denial, then quickly resumes gesturing everything that both of us are saying to no one in particular. Hichan, you're so persistent, suddenly being interested in sign language again. Could it be that Hichan wants to make a career out of it? That's not fair. That was my idea first. You should be careful, Hichan. Times change too quickly. By the time I decided I wanted to be a sign language interpreter, they had cell phones that people could type out whole paragraphs on. Amazing! Not very good for me, though. As if she knows that another's deferral isn't going to cut it this time, Misha changes her tune pretty quickly to a more apologetic one. I'm sorry, Hichan. I'm just so tired, especially lately. Even though being with Shitan is fun, she has way more energy than me. Teaching on top of that would be too tiring. I don't have that much stamina, sorry. She doesn't seem very tired, shouting the statement with her usual cheer and vigor. I know it's wrong of me to keep pestering her like this, though. Actually, Chichan and I were planning on going shopping today. It's our last chance to pick up some souvenirs. Souvenirs, huh? I almost forgot that I was on vacation. You didn't forget, Isao. I understand what you're saying. Teaching doesn't seem so easy. Hideaki asked me to teach him how to sign, and I was unbelievably lost the whole time. Well, I wonder how it'll work out for you when you become a sign language teacher. You can't get tired too easily doing that. Yeah, right. I hope not. Hichan, now I'm kind of worried. But souvenirs, so some other time, Hichan. You want us to get you something too? Just because I understand doesn't mean I don't want her to teach me. I suppose I can't press her any further now, though. Even I'm bothered by how selfish it would seem to do so. I give up. No, don't give me anything. I'm serious. Like, don't surprise me with a funny shirt or something, okay? I don't like the sound of that. Slipping on her shoes, she yells goodbye to the otherwise empty house and opens the door to leave, letting a cool breath of fresh air into the hallway. A tuft of dark hair peeking from the doorframe tells me Shizune is waiting for her outside. Good morning. Misha translates for me from beyond the doorway, and Shizune turns around to give me a small wave. Even though it's different from her usual offhand greetings in the smallest ways, there's an unmistakable hesitation there. It leaves me with a vaguely empty and distant feeling. Hichan, you're up early. Am I interrupting a conversation? I was trying to get Misha to teach me how to talk to you, but I guess I was being impatient and making wait. You two are planning on going shopping today anyway. Isao, what were you doing last night, Shizune? Well, actually, this is a couple days in the future. What Isao will remember about this trip isn't something he got, but it's something he lost. Having Misha there, I forget to sign my words as I say them. Unfortunately, since Shizune moved to fill the doorway, Misha is behind her. This brief misalignment in our positions means that what I'm saying is totally lost on her. I don't understand you at all. There are things I want to say that I can't put in a way she would understand, and there are entire conversations that she could have that would go right over my head. I want to tell her now that it won't be that way for much longer. Instead, I just say, never mind, and tell them to have a good time, then wave them off. It seems like everyone is out for the day, so I sit down in the biggest and most comfortable looking chair in the living room with a book. Not a sign language book, but one of the novels I checked out of the library my first week.
Shizune was taking the bait and lightly bit down on the worm on the line.
Oh! That was so long ago, I should really start chipping at that pile of books I borrowed, or at least return them. 16 pages in, Jigoro walks into the room, a stack of papers in one hand, and his sword twirling idly like a baton in the other, casually shaking water from a recent shower from his hair. Oh no. Upon being seen doing something so ungentlemanly, he freezes like a deer in the headlights, and slowly moves on to smoldering with powerful but baseless fury as he sits down on the couch a few feet away. This is only the third time I've met him, and I'm already starting to feel nauseous on reaction. I guess, in a way, that this could be considered a kind of charisma. I haven't even said anything, and he already seems less than pleased. It's likely a bad idea to provoke him, and just talking to him may count as provoking him. However, I can't help thinking of the alternative situations that could play out. Let's say I don't open my mouth at all and walk away, maybe to go read in my room or outside. That would definitely go down as an unforgivable insult. He would probably tell me to hold it and destroy me. Either way, not too polite on my part. What are you reading? The draft for my autobiography. It is the story of a man who wakes up to find an uninvited guest in his living room, sitting in his chair and reading shallow literary dreck. I've barely started reading the book. I don't even have an opinion on it yet. I can already see how this conversation is going to play out, so I might as well try to steer it in a different direction. Where's Hideaki? You even ask questions rudely. Disgraceful. That aside, why would you even ask me such a stupid question? How would I know? Am I my son's keeper? Well, you are his dad, and it seems like he does live here, so... But I guess I can't say that, as tempting as it is. I give up. I already tried to make small talk with him and failed. It's like trying to talk to a brick wall that also hates you. That is my cue to leave and sift through my wallet to see if I have enough money to go to a movie. As I'm about to stand, I have second thoughts. I'm too tired to go through trying to smooth over my problematic situations by trying to continuously walk away from them. It's hypocritical of me to get upset at Misha for trying to defer things when I even run from my own girlfriend. When Jigoro attempts to stop me, I'm almost glad, even though I no longer have any intention to leave. Wait, did you my daughter? He says it with plenty of authority, but nothing else, as if it's just a particularly commanding afterthought. Only a very powerful or very arrogant person can tell someone to hold on in such a manner. Sort of impressed. You are in the student council with Shizune, aren't you? What is your job there? I don't think there are specific roles other than president. Shizune is always trying to round people up to help out here and there. Usually we might get like one person to pitch in, but otherwise the three of us just do whatever needs to be done. It's crossed my mind a couple of times, around when I first met her, that Shizune's disquietingly analytical stare might be because of her deafness, but it turns out it's a trait shared by everyone else in the family. I did note during the deed that the chair was quite loud against the wooden floor. Oh no. And that is okay with you? Why wouldn't it be? You, Shizune, and that pink-haired girl? Is that really your entire student council? With a student council that small, they wouldn't even bother to hold elections. I'm going to take a guess and say that you didn't join the student council. Shizune drafted you into it. You said you do not know exactly what your title is. That makes sense. I suppose if you weren't even elected, you couldn't be expected to know. After all, if you are not elected, you aren't really anything. No one is going to respect a student council like that. An unelected body of 3 people trying to scrounge up the equivalent of temp workers? Ha! It must be a sorry school if 3 kids having a tea party can handle every issue. With how small it is to have to do... Oh, sorry, let's try that again. What's how small it is have to do with anything? If the student council gets the thing done, isn't that enough? It's not just a game, either. Maybe you should actually come to the school one day. If you get there on the right days, you might even be able to see what Shizune is able to accomplish. Do you think I have so much free time that I can afford to waltz over to your boondocks and watch my daughter's feats of self-aggrandizement? I have never been more disgusted in my life. What you're saying... wrong voice. What you're saying is they might as well not have a student council, but the fact remains there is one. And Shizune got elected to it. And for her, it isn't a meaningless position. In fact, she works very hard for it. You sound like someone who voted for her. No, I wasn't there for that. Ha! You didn't even vote for her. Well, besides that, why don't you ask Hideaki about this? Wrong voice. Shizune has wanted to be a high school student council president since middle school. She would have him read all her practice speeches, wasting his time. For what reason? This whole time, he hasn't even looked up from thumbing through his manuscript. That's getting increasingly frustrating. Because it isn't a game, we don't run the school, but it's not like we're just playing at it and not taking it seriously. I wonder if it is so wrong to not be a purist. I have been to your school, really. The students there. I can already think of about 1,000,000 things he might say, and I'm prepping for my heart to sink on hearing any of them. It's funny, they are probably things I've thought before. They don't even have cleaning duty. That was not what I was expecting at all. He's also wrong. They do. I should know. I get to skip out on it since I'm in the student council. The concept of being wrong confuses Jigoro. I should take this opportunity to go on the attack. It's really odd that I'm thinking this way about a simple conversation. Sounds like the last time you were there was really some time ago. If you can leisurely write some memoirs, you can talk to Shizune now and then. Don't you think that she has stuff that she is proud of? That's how young people are. We have things to be proud of. If you're writing an autobiography, you should get that. Such an opportunity, and I blew it. I don't know how I was expecting him to react, maybe introspectively, but Jigoro only grows angrier by the second. Yet, as he does, he also seems calmer in a way, more sure of himself and in control. Who do you think you are to assume that my life is so easy? You haven't even read my biography, yet you are able to tell me how I should handle all my affairs, including dealing with my own daughter? You could never understand. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, and punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles with a condensed edition
Father
of my...
of the Year award, everyone. Okay, we can just hand him the Douches of the Year award.
Let's try this again. Even if I were to get up from this couch, walk over to you right now, and punch you in the forehead with brass knuckles with a condensed edition of my life story on them, leaving my biography imprinted on your face, you would not understand. For 12 years, Shizune did not even talk to me, even though I hired multiple tutors and interpreters of all sorts for her and tried to get her to become normal. It isn't as simple as you think it is. Has she mentioned a word to her father, like, the whole time? Like, obvious... I mean, I guess she has through Misha. So yeah, no, she has. Okay. I was just thinking for a second if maybe she's, like, never acknowledged him. Really? No, she has. If she does not want to bother with me, then fine. I assume that is normal. When was the last time you talked to your parents? It has been a while, and I feel ashamed. More so that he caught me that than at how easily I could have dropped my parents a phone call or sent them an email, or even a letter, and haven't. This knowledge only makes me feel more ashamed. I thought so.
Skill issue. Stay mad. L. Mauled. Seethe. Cope.
If I wanted to see my parents, I couldn't. This is different. You aren't that far from her. It's one train ride away. That is enough. No means no. You are very persistent. If only it was about something that mattered. I can't see why you may have learned that from my daughter. Or I can't see what you may have learned from my daughter aside from that and how to backtalk people. Is that it? The answer is yes. I wasn't this persistent or argumentative before meeting Shizune and Misha. After all, prior to meeting them, I just experienced a small death. It's a mystery as to why I refused to join the student council in the first place. Possibly it was from trying to get away from their nagging so much that I was able to get my energy back. It's a cute idea. I think again about why I'm still here. Arguing with Jigoro is pointless, yet I think I almost look forward to it. And he is right. I cannot understand him. Even if I did, he wouldn't care. I'm a louse that crawls on a whale, wholly insignificant. He has a confidence that I don't have. Shizune does, and it could be that the reason why I'm here now, in an almost shouting match with her father, is because some of that bravery has rubbed off onto me. However, I don't have anything to keep it going. Still, I hate him, and I don't know what I can do. A few months ago, I think I would have punched him and let the consequences play out as they may. But now, I can't risk him. If he were to hit me back, he'd likely kill me. So, in the end, the only thing I can do is look at Jigoro in silence, knowing that I have no reply and hate him, and feel completely at a loss. Oddly, he takes it as defiance. Fine then, have fun with that. Picking up his sword and using it to pull himself to his feet, he turns and casually saunters out of the room. I want to throw my book after him, but I'm happy to finally be alone, even if I'm not in the mood to read any longer. Alright, I think that's a good stopping point. Probably, maybe. Oddly enough, we didn't make any... Yeah, we can... Yeah, that's a good stopping point. Oddly enough, we didn't get a single, There wasn't a single dialogue option today. It was all, It was all just, it was all just a game. Which is funny, because I think it was Stern that said, I can't, like, reload any checkpoints for any dialogue options today, and we didn't even get to a single one of them. Anyway, let's hop over to Just Chat. Howdy, y'all. Well, that was fun today. I had fun. I had a good time. We got a girlfriend, and we even saw fish for once. Next time you won't be able to either. I have a feeling I'm gonna bump into one, like, right off the bat, too. And it's gonna be an important one. Well, at this stage of the game, all all the dialogue options are important. So I'm gonna be punished for my hubris. But that'll be a problem for next week, okay? Bye-bye, see you next time. Hey Thomas, bye Thomas. Yep, tomorrow we have Girls Foot 2. We're gonna do the current event that's going on. Gonna try to get all of that done. That should be fun. Indeed, there was fishing. Yes, there was fishing, and there was fishing. Anyway, I don't think I really have anything else. I don't think I have anything else today. I feel like I do, though, but I also don't. There was big fishing. Oh yeah, big fishing. And bigger fishing. The father has to be a masturbator with his fishing rod. Oh god, he got me to say the thing. Now the stream's gonna get demonetized. Okay, I'm taking that L. Bye. Catch you tomorrow. Girls Foot. Bye.